Alright, we're live, my spadoodles. Alright, so I don't know if you've seen the rankings here, but we have best of the best. Let's go.
Yeah.
We have A,
A.
good, meme game, okay, and dog water.
Alright, epic.
Do we want to do this in like the order of just going down, and then we can just move things?
Yeah.
Alright, so first off, we got Ocarina of Time. Oh, what a good game to start off with. Jesus.
Dog water.
What's your thoughts on Ocarina of Time? Because I actually really like Ocarina.
I think it's pretty good. Well, of course, I played a bit of the N64 one as a kid. I never beat it, but I played the 3DS re-release like when I was older. I remember really liking that.
Yeah, so did I.
I thought that because the thing is, though, is that only problems I would say is that of course, everyone talks about it, but the water temple is like virtual CBT,
Yeah.
and I played the easier version of the game, so I can't even imagine playing the N64 version.
Well, I'll say this: like things like Nintendo Power has put it at like their like best game of all time kind of list. So like, it's one of those games where like, of course everyone loves it, but personally, I think it fits more in Let's Go because it's a good game, but I do think other Zelda games improve on it. So
Certainly, yeah.
I would put it right
if
here.
anything, yeah. If anything, it kickstarted the genre, or it kickstarted like a new type of game, which they evolved further.
Yeah. All right. Uncharted 2. Now, am I the only one who doesn't remember anything else but like the start of the game, where you're in like the snow area?
Yeah, well, that's like the most memorable part of that. It's like a very iconic thing.
Yeah, because
It's like how everyone remembers like the boulder chase scene in Indiana Jones.
yeah, maybe it's because like I only played the game at a friend's house, but I remember really liking it, and I know a lot of people
Yeah.
really like it. I'm pretty sure it's considered the best Uncharted game out of the what? How many was there? Like 4 or 5?
There's four of them. There was a spin-off as well, so I guess there's five.
Yeah. I mean, Uncharted 2 is, I think it's one of like Sony's strongest games. Well, I mean, Uncharted in general. So
Yeah.
the thing is, what exactly do you call the genre that is Uncharted? I'm kind of blanking on that. Like, what kind of game would you consider that?
I would just consider them to be just like action third-person shooters.
I think they're really good at that. Like,
Yeah,
I can't really think of many better games in that style than the
yeah,
Uncharted games.
Like Last of Us also pull off pretty well, I think too.
Oh boy, I don't even think Last of Us is on here.
Oh.
Oops.
Oopsie.
All right.
That one.
Well, to make up for that, I think Uncharted 2 should go on best of the best. Cause like, I don't know. I feel like it's one of the best of its genre. What do you think?
Right. I would say probably somewhere around there. I would probably put that one at the top somewhere.
Yeah, I mean we can always move down. We can change some things. So.
Perhaps, yeah.
All
That's
right.
not how it all goes.
Overwatch. I don't like Overwatch that much.
Oh, I like it. I wasn't too big on it at first, but
See,
I'm
like,
the same person that wasn't too big into like FNAF, but then it was mostly because of the fandom, but then I got into it and I was like, this is actually pretty good.
I would say Overwatch is an okay game. I can't really put it at good, just because I feel like other team-based shooters do it better. So I don't really know. It's either that or I put this at good, but every other team-based shooter would be placed higher.
Perhaps. I just think that with Overwatch, I think the best way to look at it is that it's basically just like a first-person MOBA kind of game. Because a lot of
Yeah.
people compare it to TF2. I don't think it's like TF2 really. I think that clearly because like even the creator of Overwatch has said people have compared his game to TF2, and he takes it as a compliment because he likes TF2, and
Yeah.
so he took inspiration from it, but his game certainly is more unique than that. Like I think that it's far from being a clone. It's the same as like people saying that Battleborn was like a ripoff and all out of Overwatch as well. It's like both of those games did things differently. And it's kind of sad that they're kind of watered down to being just they're just clones.
I guess I would put it at good then.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is interesting. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Now, that is a game that everyone, like, hated for years, and, like, out of nowhere, everyone's like, oh yeah, this is the best Zelda game.
Yeah, games have to take time. It's same thing with things like Mario Sunshine and games like that.
Personally, I always liked it. I always thought it was a pretty fun game. I actually never really had problems with the motion controls, but...
I'm still waiting for the day that people say that Need for Speed Most Wanted 2013 is a good game. Because, like, people are like, oh, it's not like... Yeah, like 5 years from now, I think people will say that it's, like, one of the best Need for Speed games. Because, like, I like that one, but, it's just, you gotta let things, like, you gotta let games age like a fine wine.
Yeah, but, I don't know if I would say, like, it improves on Ocarina sometimes, but other times it just kind of falls flat. So, I feel like this would either be a good or just A. I would put it at A for now.
Okay.
Okay, Spider-Man 2 for PS2 or GameCube. I'm saying meme game. A lot of people say that game is good, but I've tried to play it multiple times, and it is not. I feel like people just like the swinging mechanics, and that's it.
Well, that's all you ever hear about is people talking about the swinging mechanics, and yeah, even if it is a good game, I still think I think meme game it is still a perfect way to describe it.
Yeah, because like
multiple meme.
I guess the way to explain meme game here is I put it right next to good because meme games can be still good. It's just usually they're shit, but it's so bad it's good kind of a thing, or it's like it's good but you can't really take it seriously.
Yeah.
But all right. OG Punch-Out, Mike Tyson. I'm a massive Punch-Out fan.
Yeah, I've only ever played the original one. I've never played the remake, but I think that NES Punch-Out is pretty fun.
I think it's one of the best games on the NES.
Yeah. What I find interesting about Punch-Out though is that I haven't actually seen really any games except for Punch-Out and like Wii Sports actually try to do that style of fighting, and it's really surprising because there's such a distinct and very fun type of fighting mechanic. It's very simple, but it's very fun.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why though. It's because like if anyone tried to like do something similar, they would just call it a Punch-Out clone. So
I think the only game that I could think of that has done something similar, not exactly, but very similar, is the Infinity Blade series. Those mobile games. I love Infinity Blade. Like they're probably the best mobile games I've ever played. But the problem is that Epic Games, they own them, and they just like completely take them off of like every single mobile store, and so you can't play them anymore.
Okay. That's unfortunate. Mobile games are kind of blah, but...
Yeah, but I think that if they were to make it like a console release, it'd be like, people would be praising the shit out of that game.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
See, this is weird. It's gonna look weird for now, but I want to put Punch-Out right next to Ocarina of Time. What do you think?
I think so.
Because for its time, it's amazing.
Yeah, and I think too that it fits well because it's amazing. But I think a part of it too is the fact that both tried something new and different, and are very well remembered for that.
Yeah. Okay, Fable 3. So here's a weird thing. I actually really remember liking Fable 3 and playing it a lot with my friend, but over the years I've figured out that a lot of people don't like Fable 3, and some go as far as to say it's an awful game. So
I've never played any of them, so I have no like say on this one.
Alright, I'll say this. From my understanding, Fable 3 was kind of like a No Man's Sky situation. where like
Oh,
people were
Peter
like,
Molyneux.
yeah, people were like, this is gonna be the best game ever.
Yeah.
I would still say this is good. I still think it's a good game. I think people are just butthurt over the advertising. But
That's fair. It's like, yeah, people hype the fuck out of games, but then when they don't deliver, people are like, oh, this game's awful, because people want to see things fail when in actuality the game's pretty good. Again, like Need for Speed Most Wanted 2013, I think that it's a decent game. Not a good remake, but I think that as its own game, it's good.
yeah. Okay. Mario Party 6. Have you played Mario Party 6?
I have not.
Alright, to give you a rundown here, Mario Party 6 is the best of the GameCube era, and some people would go as far as to say it's either the best or the second best Mario Party game. The biggest thing about it is it has a day and night cycle.
Oh, interesting. What does it do exactly? Like, is there any like things that happen?
During night, there'll be like more like booze, or like the snowboard will get like colder and it'll change like paths. Just things like
That's cool.
that.
That's neat.
It also has a really good minigame selection. Because of the fact it's Mario Party and like everyone likes it, I would put that all the way up at like best of the best.
Alright.
Okay, what do we have here? Punch Out Wii. This is my favorite Wii game, so I'm gonna have a bit of bias. And the problem is, you also haven't played
fine.
this game.
That don't matter. If it's like if I don't have any input on a game, that's fine. I just like being able to speak on games that I'm familiar with.
Yeah. I mean, I already made a really awful video about Punch Out.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, I watched the video. I thought it was good, and I got an idea of the game, and I was actually interested in playing the game because of it, because I didn't know anything about the remake.
Oh, really? I'm gonna put it at best of the best, just because of like, I'm really passionate about this game, and like I memorized like half of the speedrunning techniques. But one quick thing I gotta say about that video, it shows that I recorded and edited that at an all-nighter, because I get really deep into one character, and then I get to Super Macho Man, and I'm just like, this character is bad because he's like the other ones, but boring. And I'm just like, what the hell am I on about? Why am I saying that? That's like, it's so like small brain. Like, anyway. Assassin's Creed 2, it's considered the most polished Assassin's Creed game. I remember liking it. But it's also Assassin's Creed. So,
which I've never really been a fan of personally. I'm never really. Well, the only Assassin's Creed games that I've ever had any interest in were Black Flag and Valhalla. That's kind of it.
Okay, well, I'll say this. Considering I have Fable 3 at good, I'm putting this right next to it. Actually, I'll put it above it. But, yeah. Alright, Wii Sports. Now, this is going to be interesting. So
I would honestly put that near the top.
Yeah, because like the thing is Wii Sports is amazing, so I will put it at best of the best for now. But it could also double as meme game, just because of like how it's aged in funny ways, like things like Matt becoming like everywhere. But thing is, it's really good. So
yeah, but here's the thing. All I'll say as like a quick review for Wii Sports, it made me like motion controls.
Oh well, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
All right.
I loved boxing. I loved golf. They were so fun in that game.
All right. Spider-Man Friend or Foe. I don't know if you ever played this game.
Oh yeah, I played that one. I actually when it was still around, you know, back when Roger's Video was still a thing. I remember I rented that game.
Yeah, I did the same thing. That's how I first played it.
I beat it during a week, and I thought it was really fun as a kid.
I liked that you could play as like Black Spider-Man at the end.
Yeah,
Or,
I thought
or symbiote. I always called him Black Spider-Man as a kid.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't it play sort of like it was like the same sort of style as like a Lego game?
Yeah, no,
it's like a beat 'em up puzzle type of game.
It's good, but that's kind of the problem. I have it, and I tried to replay it recently, and it is like mind-numbing, brain-mashing for kids. That's fun. But
it's still fun.
It's fun. I can't put it at good because it honestly isn't a good game, but I would put it in a meme game because it's like it's fun.
Yeah.
All right, Surf's Up.
I've never played this one.
It is amazing. It's a Tony Hawk game, basically.
Oh, really?
But like,
oh, that's awesome.
You're doing like tricks off like the water and things like that, and the whole time like a decent soundtrack is playing. Now here's the fun thing with this. I can't tell if I want to put this at meme game or good, because I think even though it sounds like a meme, I think it's actually a really good game that goes like under the radar.
Surf's Up game as good as Overwatch?
Yeah, I'd say it's better.
That's the thing though, is that I actually really like the movie. I remember really liking the movie a lot. I think conceptually it's really cool, and it's kind of weird that like it's kind of memed a lot nowadays. The film. I never played the game, but like when it comes to the film, like people kind of meme about it. It's like, oh, haha, weird animated movie. But like I think conceptually it's actually really cool how it's like a mockumentary kind of thing. I thought it was neat.
All right.
Pretty cool.
Here's where things are gonna get very interesting.
All right.
Spider-Man PS4.
Never played it.
Oh, okay. This is where it's gonna get even worse. The game it's Spider-Man 2, but slightly better. And I know saying that discredits the game so much because it is a really good game. I just didn't enjoy any of it, and that sounds weird, but like I just thought the story was not that good. And I didn't like doing the stealth missions. I didn't like any of the missions, really. I just liked having the costumes and swinging around the New York, so...
Well, that's what I was interested in. I was interested in the collectible aspect. Like, all the costumes in the game look really fucking cool.
But, like, at the same time, I feel like... I don't know where to put this. Because, like, it is a good game, but, like, things like the Mary Jane section is what really holds it back for me.
If it's a good game, you should put it in the good section.
Yeah, it's just I was debating between that and A, but if I want to put a game at A, I kind of want to do that to Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. I really like that game. There's only one flaw with it, and that is there's no like free roam web slinging areas. It's mostly like campaigns. But
that's too bad.
Each Spider-Man plays differently, and each one has a different voice actor, and most of them are from like the old cartoons and things like that.
That's pretty cool.
I think it's really good, so I'm gonna put it at A.
Sounds good.
Assassin's Creed 3.
You should have put the remastered one on there because that one is better because all the graphics are downgraded.
Hey, you know what's funny? You know what's really funny?
What's funny?
I think this game's shit.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty awful. Having the remastered version look worse than the original fucking PS3, Xbox 360 game is completely pathetic.
Okay. Again, you don't really like Assassin's Creed, so this is going to be another bias. Assassin's Creed Revelations, all the way up to A. This is the best Assassin's Creed game. A lot of interesting combat. I feel like just everything was like improved on, and it was really polished. But
yeah,
that's all I can really say for that game because I haven't played it in a good while. But
yeah, you told me about it before. It sounds like it'd be pretty good.
Borderlands the pre-sequel. It's okay. You can play as Timothy, handsome Jackman, and you go through really awful levels in space. The thing I find interesting about that game is everyone seems to have a different opinion. For example, or when it comes to difficulty, and what I mean by that is like, for an example, I beat the game when I was like under 10 levels or so, and I know someone who was over 10 levels and struggled with the game. Like,
weird.
I think it happens to do with like your playable character being really unbalanced. So,
oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, like just different characters like more overpowered than others.
Yeah. Kirby's Epic Yarn. Is it a game? I know that sounds really stupid, but like, I don't know. I like Epic Yarn. I think it's really fun. I have good memories with it, but you can't die at all. So it's just kind of like move right, look at pretty visuals, and just kind of solve puzzles or like very
It's like a
light
walking
puzzles.
simulator.
Yeah, but you know what?
There's plenty of walking simulators, and they can be pretty good. So
I had more fun with it than I did Spider-Man, so I'm gonna put it at good.
okay.
Kirby's Adventure for the Wii. I think it's one of the best Kirby games, like top 2. Have you ever played it? It's
No, I should think of a Kirby game I've played. I think I've only played the original and Kirby's Air Ride, and that's it.
Huh, interesting. All right, I'm just gonna put this at the very top, cause like. All right, Left 4 Dead 2. Do I even have to explain where this goes?
That's you know where it goes.
Okay, to explain, like the simple stuff, like it's I don't even know. It's Left 4 Dead 2. Like anyone can hop in and enjoy it for the most part. Like the controls are simple, and the game was designed around that. And the AI director makes it fresh, and just the modding scene for PC, like everything about that's good. Even just playing on 360 is fun.
To me, I think it's just it plays great because it feels like an arcade game.
Yeah.
And with arcade games, they're supposed to come with that sort of replayability.
Oh, have you?
So you get all these
ever
fun
played
characters, all these neat missions and zombies, things like that. It's just it just all comes together, and I think it's just perfect.
Or I guess, have you ever seen the Left 4 Dead arcade game?
Yes, I have.
I thought that was cool, but anyway. All right. I guess we should discuss this one. Michael Jackson Moonwalker. This is weird, because I know the angry video game nerd has talked about this game, and other like angry YouTubers. I think it's the best Sega Genesis game. I actually enjoy this game, and I think it's funny, but it is a meme game. Like, I have to put it at meme game.
Okay.
Because, I mean, just... If I don't, then meme game is just going to be full of Spider-Man. Which doesn't feel right, but... Anyway.
MK8.
This is 9.
Oh, 9, fuck. Sorry,
yeah, 8 is Armageddon. I don't think I put any other MK besides 11, but anyway. MK9. Okay. So, I guess the best way to explain for NetherRealm games is... You either play MK9 or 11.
Yeah.
I mean, like, 10 is alright. 10 is just there, but I noticed for, like, the fan base that likes the NetherRealm games, they either say they play 11 or 9.
Like, MK10 doesn't really get talked about very much. Like, when it came out, people, like, played it, but I didn't really hear about it really talked about compared to the other ones.
I thought the game was ugly and most of the characters were unbearable, but...
Well, yeah, I would say, like, because I played a bit of it, I just think visually the game was just too washed out. It reminds me of, like, those generic military shooters.
The best way to explain, or I guess compare, at least for me, is that, like, MK10 is like Twilight Princess, and MK11 is like Skyward Sword. Like, the visuals are just so different from each other, but I feel like MK9 goes at, let's go...
Alright.
Because, like, it's a very good game, but, there is quite a few people who don't like it, and I do think there's some flaws with the game. So I wouldn't call it best of the best.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. I struggle with talking about Ratchet and Clank games. How much have you played them?
I'm afraid to admit this, but I've never really played any of the Ratchet and Clank games.
Oh boy. Alright.
I think when it comes to what I actually will say is that I've always been interested in playing them because I think that they seem really up my alley when it comes to just conceptually. Like, I think visually they look really nice. I like third-person shooters, that kind of thing, and platformers. But the only one that I've ever technically played was a demo for one of the PS3 games. That's kind of it.
See, here's the thing. I didn't grow up with Ratchet and Clank, but I grew up with a lot of other platformers, and because of that, I'm kind of, like, blinded. Like, Ratchet and Clank's a good game, but I have no nostalgia for it, so I don't hold it as high as other games. But
Fair.
Up Your Arsenal is a good game, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. I do think there's another one that's better, and I think it's on here, but
Okay.
I guess we'll find out when we get to that. Scott the Pilgrims. Fucking.
This one,
Holy
good
shit! This game's so good. It's my favorite beat 'em up.
What's his name? Eric Saldbar. He made a video essay talking about the Scott Pilgrim game. He was like explaining that the development for the game was like very like hellish.
Yeah,
But like
it was
the
great.
end result was really good.
See, here's the thing. I really like this game. It's one of my favorites of all time, like top 10 games. But I know it's becoming kind of trendy, especially when it got re-released, that people hate it now. I think it's because like one guy made a video that was like a 30-minute long review saying that it was awful. And
I think I saw that video actually.
the video wasn't that bad. I mean, honestly, I disliked it, but I thought it was okay. I just like
Yeah, people.
he focused
people can have
more
their
so.
own
Yeah, he focused more so on like the kind of thing with Scott Pilgrim. That's like it's one of those things where I'm trying to remember what the stereotype is. Because I remember a YouTuber saying it that I was watching, where he was like, "Oh yeah, I mentioned Scott Pilgrim. Half of you liked that, and half of you didn't." And I thought about that. I'm like, yeah, because like, if you ever hear a guy say they relate to Scott Pilgrim, you know something isn't right there. And if you ever have a girl say they relate to Ramona Flowers, that also ain't good.
Yeah.
But that's more so talking about the movie
Fandom and like
than
people
the actual
relating.
game.
Yeah. Because like the game itself, as like a beat 'em up, it's pretty good. Like
Yeah.
it reminds me of because I know that it's going for it's the same gameplay style as not Streets of Rage.
River City Ransom.
Yeah, River City Ransom. And I think it does it
Yeah.
pretty well. And I think with the unique enemies and bosses and stuff, it really adds to it and makes it really fun.
I think it's best of the best. I really like it. My only problem with it is the fact that it was removed off stores. So
Yeah, but it got a re-release.
yeah, and a good one at that.
Yeah.
Sonic Generations. Oh my god. Okay, so I really like this game. I thought it was the best Sonic game, and then I replayed it, and I was bombarded by glitches and a lot of other awful things. I don't know how to feel about this game anymore.
I have it on Steam, but I haven't really touched it much compared to Adventure. I played through Adventure 1. I haven't beat Adventure 2 yet because I haven't really played it in a while. But when it came to Generations, I played it for like 10, 20 minutes, and I just kind of just like, It's probably because I'm more biased. I just don't really, I'm not too big on the whole like boost gameplay. The only Sonic game that I guess was kind of boost that I do legitimately like, and this is gonna probably be a really horrible gaming take, but I actually like Sonic and the Secret Rings.
Oh shit, that is an awful take, but I'll let you have it.
I like Sonic and the Secret Rings, but I didn't really care for Generations.
Alright. I like Generations, but again, it's one of those things where like it's good. I'm gonna say it's good. If Kirby and Spider-Man are good, then Generations is good. Alright, I think we already know where Sonic 06 is going. Let me just Alright, to be real here, Sonic 06 is a meme game, but it is the best
Yeah.
meme game. Like it is god
Yeah.
tier. I think that game's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh my god, like we should have actually recorded us playing versus mode. Like we should actually like one day sit down and try to beat like battle mode or something.
I was screaming.
It was like because what was I describing earlier as like virtual CBT? I would say that like Sonic 06 battle mode, especially on that one fucking desert level, is like the true definition of it.
The sad thing is it's still my favorite Sonic game. I get the most enjoyment of that game. I think it's amazing. It's just, I think
Oh
it's
my
amazing
God.
for all the wrong reasons.
It's just a disaster of a game.
Speaking of a disaster of a game, Team Fortress 2 is a masterpiece, but like, holy shit, the bots.
Okay, here's the thing. TF2 I would actually consider to be like one of, if not like my favorite game.
Same.
But
See,
the only problem, but the thing is that I would say I have a couple problems. First off, the community. Second off, Valve's negligence of the game.
Yeah.
I think
I
both of
still
those-
put it next to Left 4 Dead 2, but it's
Yeah.
there's issues. It's just I can look past them because I remember the good old days.
Yeah, I would say I got into it around 2018, or not 2018, like 2016, 2017. So that was around the time of like Jungle Inferno, the last major update.
So you were playing when like the OG fans were like just hating the game.
Exactly, and so I've only really experienced that part of it.
Yeah. See, I made a Steam account to play Team Fortress 2 back in like 2013. So.
Oh, I made a Steam account in 2016.
Oh.
So.
All right. Tomb Raider. Here's
Never
a gaming
played the-
take. I don't like Tomb Raider games.
Which
Yeah.
ones though? Like the
All
the,
of them. I played.
Oh, really?
I played all of them for about like, I don't know, 30 minutes each, and I just get bored.
Which one would you say is the best of the worst, as Red Letter Media would describe
The
it?
best of the worst.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's either Actually, I would say it's Anniversary. I really liked Anniversary, but like that I only got like 2 hours into it.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it at good, just because like I can't really speak about the game. So
Well, I would say like because you have to think about it this way. Like this is a tier list, and usually they're very much like opinionated. So like try to base it off of like our opinions and not like the general gaming community.
yeah,
So
I'm trying to do a bit of both. I'm trying to even it out, cause like
okay, because I would say like just I would try to be honest like with like your own opinion. Like
Yeah.
like where would you put it personally?
I still think it's a good game. I wouldn't play it. It's not my type
I
of game.
see.
Same thing like
fair.
Spider-Man 2. I could put it easily at dog water. I think it's shit, but it's a meme. Like it's
Okay.
It's hard.
Fair.
Speaking of hard, Super Mario Bros. Wii. I don't know where to put that on here because I think the game is one of the best Mario games when it's modded. I think I put this on here counting it as newer Super Mario Bros. Wii, but I think that's just the base game. I don't think I put the modded version on here. So
Okay, because I would imagine that we're basing it off of it as like a standalone game. Because like even something like Left 4 Dead 2, even though we mentioned the workshop, it's
Yeah.
still the best of the best, just because
Alright.
it's a game that is replayable without like completely vanilla.
all right, here's an unpopular opinion.
Okay.
I'm putting this at okay.
Ah.
And the reason why, it's because it's actually my least favorite out of the new Super Mario Bros. Series. I
Really?
Part of that reason is I'm pretty sure it was Shigeru Miyamoto said, like, I don't know, before this game came out, was like, oh yeah, we're working on the Wii game, it's going to be a bit more difficult. It wasn't more difficult, it was just as easy as DS. If anything, it was easier.
Oh. Rip.
Smash Bros. Ultimate, best of the best. Like, even if you don't like Smash Bros., the time and care that was put into this game.
It is like I remember when I had a Switch, I played it, and that was actually the only game that I played on the Switch. Like I also had a copy of Breath of the Wild, but I hardly played it compared to Ultimate. Like I really liked it.
But
I
yeah,
think that
it's-
because of course
it's
you know this is because despite my bad take earlier, I do have a take that you know is a very common like thing is that you know like Melee is my favorite Smash game, but I think that Ultimate's my second favorite. Or actually, I would say that they're both tied.
It's funny because like that was a common take, but nowadays people are like, Melee's trash, Brawl's amazing, and I'm just like, what the
Really?
fuck?
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
No way.
It's
I've
more
never
so
heard that.
the reason why it's because Brawl is now old enough where people are nostalgic for it.
Ah, fair.
Terraria.
Terraria.
Here's the thing with Terraria. I can't tell if I want to put it on best of the best or let's go. And the reason why it's because Terraria is a game that not everyone will like.
I would say that I think that it's a good co-op game. Playing it by yourself is really difficult, and in some cases it might not be very fun.
I'm gonna put it on
But
let's
as
go.
a-
I think it fits there perfectly. because
I think
it's
as a
fun.
game, because here's the thing: is that there's people that compare it to Minecraft or say that's a ripoff. Those people are fucking stupid. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say right now. I think that those people, the people that say that Terraria is a ripoff of Minecraft, have never played Terraria
Oh yeah.
because it's a side-scrolling RPG game.
Fun fact,
You can't tell me
I could never
otherwise.
pronounce Terraria when I was younger, so I'd keep calling it like
Aw.
Terraria or like Tiara. Like I just couldn't say
Oh,
the
you know
game.
what? I think I did that too. Actually, I think
I
I said
just
something like
I couldn't pronounce it.
Terraria. Yeah, but yeah, like I think that Terraria is a really good game. The reason why I say that is because the people that made it put a lot of care into it and like consistently updated the game. I think that they
Yeah.
released their final update. I could be wrong.
No,
but,
they
like,
did, and it was a massive. It had like 800 new items and new backgrounds and
yeah,
everything.
it's fucking insane how much content there is in this one game that appears to be small, but when you actually play it, it's so full of stuff and it's amazing.
My favorite like theory or like thing about it, or like it's kind of like a meme that like Terraria is like a mod of Mario Bros 3. I just find that really funny. It's just because if you look at Mario 3 on NES, the art style is actually kind of similar, and the way the characters move and things like that.
That's funny.
Okay, Pokemon Black and White. I'm just considering them the same game.
Yeah, basically the same game because, like, you know,
I'm gonna.
same with all the.
I don't know. I actually thought this
uh,
game was really cool. I liked it. It's good. What do you think? Like, did you?
I've never played Pokemon Black and White.
Oh, really?
That's the one gen I never played.
You know what? I'm gonna put it up here. I think it's really good. I know that game was like kind of hated when it first came out, or not hated, but like you know, it introduced Pokemon like Trubbish. So, but I thought it was pretty fun.
There's nothing wrong with Trubbish.
Crawl. I love Crawl.
I only played it once, but I thought it was pretty fun. I think it's a good co-op game as well.
I think it's good. Nothing more I can really say about it. It's just good. Super Mario 3D World. I'm counting both versions here because I made this list before the new one came out,
Yeah,
and I didn't bother updating it. But
that's fine.
this game is really weird because I remember when it first came out, people didn't like it, but I thought it was amazing, and now people are calling it like the best Mario game. So I don't know, but I will say I still need to play the Switch version. But the Switch version did one thing that I really liked, is they sped up the game a bit, so like your character moves faster, and that alone makes me think the game's way better than it was before. Because the game was a bit slow, but this game made me appreciate my Wii U a lot when I had it, so I'm putting it right next to Skyward Sword.
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. Have you played many of the... No, yeah, I haven't played many Dragon Ball fighting games. Alright, so my friend and I, we used to play Dragon Ball games all the time, like every weekend. And this is a rare PS2 game, and I spent like $100 on it. I got it. I enjoyed very little of the game, and it upsets me because people say it's like one of the best games. But the reason it's so rare is because it was like the last PS2 game that ever came out. So
Oh shit! Really?
yeah, I would say it's okay.
Okay.
Like it's fun, but like I didn't play it enough. Pokemon Silver. Unpopular opinion, but I'm not the biggest. I like Gen 2, but I'm not the biggest fan.
I never really played that gen.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm stupid here. I actually do like Gen 2. I'm gonna put that right next to White or Black and White. No, I'm thinking of Gen 3. I actually don't like Gen 3, but I don't know if I put that on here.
Which one's that one again? That's like
I think that's Ruby. I think
Ruby and
it's
Sapphire.
I think. Yes.
Okay, because I own Emerald. I love Emerald. I think that one's a good one.
Mario Party 2, best of the best. I mean, what, we play that like every time I have like a hangout thing. Like, it's fun. I mean, it's just as good as Mario Party 6, if not better. So, well, here's an interesting one. Dead Rising 3. Did you ever play Dead Rising 3?
Nope. Only ever played the first two.
Alright, I really like Dead Rising 3, but PC users got really screwed over with the port, so...
Oh,
and it's an
that's sad.
Xbox exclusive, so... yeah, basically no one played this game besides me. This is gonna be a weird choice, but I'm putting it all the way up here. I really like this game.
Yeah. I've heard some people don't like Dead Rising 3, but I imagine it's nowhere near as bad as Dead Rising 4.
No, it's nowhere near. Borderlands 2, like... This is the worst game I've ever played, honestly. I despise it. Nah.
Really?
No. Borderlands 2 is like my third favorite game of all time. Like, it's so good. I like, when COVID first hit, I sat in my room, and this is really gross to admit, but like, you know, you got that COVID, like, depression shit going on. So all I did was just sit in my room and play Borderlands 2. Like, but I mean all I did, I didn't shower for days. I just sat there. But I 100%ed Borderlands 2 on PS4. I got, like, every weapon, I did every quest, I platinumed it. It was so much fun. And I could still go back to that game, like, any time I want and just restart it. I love it.
Yeah, if you ever want to play it, like, I'm fully down to play it sometime.
I do have it on Steam as well, so
same. Because I have it on Steam, but I've never
Zero
really...
main again.
Because like I never really got into it too much, only because I feel like that I would have more fun playing it co-op.
Fair enough. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Manhattan Project.
Never played it.
Yeah, this is another game that's on here just because, like, this was the first game I ever played, if I recall correctly. The music slaps. It's a Ninja Turtles game. Ninja Turtle games are good. That's it. That's all I can say.
I played one of them.
There's a beach level, and you go on the beach, and there's a boardwalk, and it's like, whoa, and then you're in the water, and then you're like, oh no, and then you fight the guys, and you win. That's my review.
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda, the Breath of the Garlic.
Dude, is that Genshin Impact that I see?
Yeah, so here's the thing about Breath of the Wild that really bugs me. There are so many people out there who are like, oh yeah, this game's awful. It's really bad. And I'm just like, how? Like, I mean, it's not a Zelda game. Like, it is, but it's not. So I will say that. But like, I wouldn't call it bad.
If anything, I would say that Breath of the Wild is almost everything that I want from a Zelda game. The only issues that I have with Breath of the Wild is like two things. I think that, for one thing, I wish that there were less like little miniature temples, and I wish that they instead replaced them with much larger ones that had more unique things to do.
Yeah, that's my problem too.
And the second one, weapon durability.
Yeah.
Besides those two things, I think it's a great game.
I'm gonna put it next to Ocarina of Time, and the reason for that is, I think Ocarina of Time shows, like, a really good idea of what old Zelda was like, but it's not perfect, and I think Breath of the Wild is a game this is what Zelda's probably gonna be from now on, and so far, it wasn't perfect, but it was great, so,
yeah,
that's the way I can say it.
I think a good way to also, another good thing to mention is the fact that Breath of the Wild 2 is apparently going to be like when it comes to tone, it's going to be darker than Majora's Mask, which is the sequel to Ocarina of Time. So it makes you think, like, I guess this will be the Majora's Mask of this game. And so it's almost like Nintendo's way of saying, like, this is our standard now. We're gonna go for like much bigger, more open games. Also, before you move on, I just want to mention, like, I joked about the Genshin Impact thing. I just want to bring this one thing up. Like, Genshin Impact, I've played a bit of it. It's okay, not my thing. But I remember,
can't bother myself. I just can't.
I was gonna say though, do you remember that one incident with the Genshin Impact when it was first announced, like on PS4 or whatever?
No.
There was like I think it was in China. It's somewhere in Asia. There was this one guy that did like a protest who like basically was pissed off at Sony for publishing a game that looked kind of like Breath of the Wild.
Oh my
and so
God.
his way of protesting was by like basically bringing his PS4 into like this conference and then smashing it on the ground.
That's disrespectful.
It's I think it's one of those things where it was really like overly dramatic at the time. Personally, I just don't care. I think it's just one of those things where it is basically trying to be Breath of the Wild but doing its own thing. It's not perfect. I can't get into it, but I still think that incident is just funny on its own.
Okay, the one
looking
good
back
thing
on
I'll
that.
say about Genshin that I know is there is this I think it's like a bard, like I think
Yeah.
the bard's correct term. It's a femboy with like long hair, and I've stumbled upon a lot of images I don't know how to feel about, but hey, some good art, and I'll just leave it at that. There's some good art of some of those characters, but
That's the one positive it has.
yeah,
the arts.
good porn. All right, Splatoon 2. Yeah,
Never played any of
I
there's a
played
third
the first
coming out.
one, but Splatoon is really good, and I'm just gonna put it at good because I don't care. Oops, sorry.
Did you have a story or something about like when they announced the third game?
What was my story?
Cause I think like didn't you say that you had just bought the second game when they announced the third one?
Oh no, I was going to buy it, like
Oh.
that day. I was going to buy it the day when they announced the third one, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just not going to then.
It's funny.
I also, at first, for some reason, I thought it was a Persona game when I was looking at the trailer. I was so confused what was going on. I also couldn't tell if it was DLC or another game, so that's cool.
Oh, I was hoping it was DLC because like I was thinking like why are they making another one for the same console?
Parappa the Rapper 2.
All right,
This is-
I've only played the first one.
I'm gonna put both the Parappa games in the same place.
I would say that because like I imagine that it's a great game. It looks great.
Oh.
But I would say that the one upside that I know is that we got a really funny video out of it.
Yeah,
The Chinese. You ever seen that video?
I might have, but
That's
here's
the video. It's supposed to be like a highlights from like a 2-hour stream or whatever. But like essentially it's these guys that were doing the versus mode in that game, and what they were doing was that they were pressing like the wrong buttons, causing the characters to sentence mix, and so they were getting to say funny things. It was basically like watching like a live YTP or something.
Oh, that's great. I'm putting both of them. I mean, I'll get there when I get there, but it's a meme game. And I say that the music's good. It's funny. It's a very funny game. But you ever notice how like offbeat the games are and how annoying they are to play?
Yeah, I would, because like you saw me playing the first one. Like
Yeah.
there were times where I'd be so disoriented trying to like play it. I still like it though. I especially like the art. Rodney Greenblatt is like I think he's a really good artist.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's Mario Kart. I don't think I have any issues.
Mario Kart 8 is pretty good. I would say only issue that I have, and this is probably bias. One of my favorite thing about Mario Kart Wii, which is still probably my favorite Mario Kart, my favorite thing about that game is motorcycles. Motorcycles feel so good in that game, and I don't think any Mario Kart game has ever like done it perfectly ever again ever since that one.
I think the only game that did it after that was 8, because 7 just let them out. They just...
But with 8 though, like they don't feel as good though.
I don't know, I like them in 8, but they're not the same now.
They're not the same at all.
This game has a good cast of characters, it has, like, some of the best tracks in the whole series, but I will say, every track I want in the game that's missing is in 7. And that's one thing that bugs me, but that's not really an issue with 8. It's just kind of like, I wish these ones were here, but Shy Guy Falls, like Music Park, like all those are really good. So because of that, I would say 8 is like a let's go territory here. But I might move it to best of the best, but I'm gonna wait a bit. Probably gonna reorganize this later. I can't talk about this at all because it'll just spoil everything for you. So you're just gonna have to trust me on what I'm doing here. But
Okay.
dang
Well,
it,
I played a bit of it. I think that it's very intriguing.
it's fun.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah. This is actually more difficult than I thought because I really like these games. I think they're like the best visual novels. But like the first game, it has the best tone, but it's not my favorite. So I think I'm just gonna put it at Let's Go. I'm gonna put it probably down. I'm gonna reorganize this just a bit.
All right.
So this. All right. Death Road to Canada.
Oh yeah, I played a bit of that one.
It's good.
All I'm gonna say is I feel really bad for this, but almost every single game besides like really old ROMs and stuff like that, most games I buy legitimately to play them. Death Road to Canada is the only game that I've ever like tried to pirate, and I feel really bad for doing it. But I legitimately want to try it, and at the time I had like no money, and I wanted to give it a try. I didn't play much of it, but I remember really liking it because I'm really big into survival and like roguelikes and that kind of thing.
See, I've only played on Switch, so like I played with like really weird controls, but I liked it, and I
played it on Steam, or not on Steam. I played it on PC because I pirated it. So
I put it right next to Crawl. It's good.
All right. Because like I'll say that if I ever want to try it again, because I like roguelikes, and so I think that I might give it a try again. So I might actually legitimately buy it on Steam. So I'd like to
Mario Party DS. This is weird because like I don't know exactly what to say about this game because like I was trying to work on like a review kind of thing about it. So I'm like I'm very I don't know what I want to say here. But I will say, in that video that I'm working on, the main thing I focus on is how Nintendo just doesn't acknowledge the handheld games when it comes to like making like top 100 and like the new game. So like it really bugs me how Nintendo just acts like their handheld games don't exist. Granted, most of them were awful, but I think Mario Party DS is one of the best Mario Parties. Maybe it's because it's the first one I played, and I really liked it, but I have so many memories of going on camping trips and just playing that, like, all the time.
Yeah. I never played it, but I played plenty of DS games on camping trips. I remember one of them I played, it's gonna sound weird, but the G.I. Joe movie game. You ever play that one?
No, but that sounds
on the DS. The DS game for the G.I. Joe movie. Like that game, it actually like I think is what got me into like years later, like instantly maybe interest in playing stuff like Hollow Knight.
Huh. I'm putting this at Mario Party. I'm putting this at Best of the Best. I might move it later, but I think it's really good.
Okay.
Call of Duty World at War.
Never played that one.
Really?
That's the one that I hear everyone says has like the best zombies because that's the one that introduced zombies, right?
OG Zombies is really, really good. Multiplayer is so dated, but World at War, I'm putting it at A. I really like it.
Lego Star Wars.
Yeah,
this
it's good.
Most nostalgic game for me, probably.
Here's my one thing. I like Lego Star Wars 1, but I don't like 2. And the reason why is because 2 focuses on more so puzzles than combat, and I think Lego game puzzles are really awful.
You know what's funny? I grew up on the Complete Saga.
Huh. But
that's
like,
I played Complete Saga on the Wii, and I also own a DS copy.
Yeah, I actually this is weird. I prefer the DS copy. I think the DS copy is fun.
That's fair. They had like a bunch of like I remember they had like a bunch of cute little like mini games and stuff in that one.
I'm putting this at A. It's good.
I really liked the Complete Saga as a kid, and there's gonna be the Skywalker Saga coming out. I wonder if that'll be any good.
Hopefully. 007. Oh my gosh. See, this is one of those things where like it was good at its time, but unlike Ocarina, I can't go back to it. I just can't.
I tried.
I'm gonna. Oh, this is gonna be bad. I'm putting this at okay.
There's gonna be that one person that's gonna be fucking pissed off in the comments.
Oh, I know. And my reply is, pick that one guy in multiplayer who's way shorter than everyone else and get the golden gun. Like, fuck off.
Oh yeah, Odd Job.
Yeah, Oddjob's a piece of shit, but whatever.
You also have you ever played the remake?
For Wii?
Well, it was also ported to like PS3. It's what I played it on.
And
It's basically
DS.
Call of Duty.
I played it on DS. I thought it was funny.
Oh, because I played the GoldenEye remake on PS3, and I remember it's basically just Call of Duty. But I remember in the multiplayer they had Odd Job, and what they did with like each of the characters is that like the agents and the villains and stuff. Besides like a few of them, like every single one of them had a unique ability or power, and a lot of them were pretty cool. But like Odd Job had like throwing hats that if you got hit by them, you would instantly die, and it's like super bullshit.
Jack and Daxter. So, you know how I was saying with Ratchet and Clank that, like, platformer-wise, just didn't have nostalgia, so it was hard for me to, like, talk about it? Jack and Daxter's like that, but times 10.
Oh.
I
I
don't know. I prefer it over, Ratchet and Clank, but... I don't know.
I have a copy of it, and I'm yet to play it, but I am interested in it.
I'm putting Jack and Daxter right next to Ratchet and Clank. I'm gonna put it better. And the only reason I'm putting it at better is because of Owen Wilson. That's it. Wow.
Oh,
this game's great.
So I think for I don't know what kind of gaming take this will be, but I wish that that Naughty Dog would just go back to making platformer games. I wish they didn't just sell off Crash Bandicoot like their other.
This is gonna be
platformer
weird.
series.
I'm gonna put this at okay, and then I'm gonna explain it after. So
Okay.
this is Super Dragon
is this?
Ball. Super Dragon Ball is a Dragon Ball game that's made by, I believe, the original Street Fighter creator.
Oh.
It only has 16 characters, and one of them is Chi-Chi. And it is so weird to play. Like, it plays like Street Fighter, but in, like, a 3D, like, space.
Weird.
Almost kind of like, it's kind of like the weird Mortal Kombat PS2 era games, but more refined. I can't really call it good, because, like, it's lacking in content, but it was an okay time. Like, it was good to okay. I'm just kind of there.
Alright. Call of Duty Black Ops. That one's good. I would say
one's
personally,
really
my personal opinion, I prefer Black Ops 2.
So do I.
But I think that Black Ops 1 is pretty good. I think that
it's going in
multiplayer. Its multiplayer is good. Its zombies is very fun. I hear literally no one talk about the twin stick shooter mode in the zombies section,
you know what?
which
I'm
I
gonna
think
put
was
in
very
Let's Go.
fun. Dead Ops Arcade, I think that's what.
Yeah,
it's
Dead
called.
Ops Arcade is great.
I thought it was so fun. Like that was like its own game. Like that was actually like really good.
All right, Kirby Superstar / Kirby Superstar Ultra. Before I rank this, I'll say this: Kirby Superstar Ultra is a way better game because it has like they fixed a few issues, and it had a few other things. But here's my problem: Kirby Superstar Ultra is like really pixel art kind of stuff, but the original game, just Superstar, like it's still like pixely. But I noticed it was more like, I don't know, everything looks smoother. Where like the DS version looked really pixely. Like they changed the graphical style, and I don't like the new graphical style. I actually prefer the old one. But besides that, I'm putting that at best of the best, and I'm putting that above the other one. I think it is. I think it's the best Kirby game. Single player wise, multiplayer it's okay. But that's all I can really say for that. It's another one of my favorite games of all time. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, now that this list is more so coming together, I'm gonna move something right now. I'm putting Uncharted 2 at Let's Go. Just because, like I said earlier, I don't remember anything about that game besides the beginning. So, oops.
But it's a very iconic beginning.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's good.
This game, I think it's
so
good. This is speaking from someone that is interested in JoJo's, But I prefer, like, I'm not into JoJo's, part of it because I'm still in that stage, because like what I was mentioning earlier with like FNAF, right? It's the whole thing of the fandom is so fucking stupid and annoying that I don't want to be a part of it. But the thing is that JoJo's is totally up my alley when it comes to like concept and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and this is coming from someone who actually thinks the show is really, really boring and not interesting. I think the fighting game is amazing.
The fighting game's great. Like, on its own, even if you're not into it at all, I think it's good. Just because, even if you aren't familiar with the characters, I think their designs and their stands and everything are really fun. And I think that the best kind of fighting games are the ones that have fun characters.
Yes. I'm also moving to Raider down to okay.
Okay.
But,
What's this next one?
I
Really see it very well.
I can't talk about it again. Danganronpa 2.
Okay.
The best way to explain this is you like Danganronpa 1 for its tone, you like Danganronpa 2 for its characters, and you like Danganronpa 3 for its writing.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Of course, writing matters and so does tone, but I really do love characters. And the way these characters are, it goes in best of the best. Danganronpa 2 is one of the most fun I've had in a single-player game in a long time.
Okay.
But, oh yeah, and it's also one of the few games where I actually almost cried at, and yeah, that's really it. I usually don't get sad over media, but that was one thing.
Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever cried at a game.
Crash Bandicoot 2, Sonic's ass game. Alright, fan favorite, but I don't like 2 that much, because the game makes me want to kill myself after doing the time relics. Remember that time I was on a voice call and screaming about...
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I wasn't even
saying,
speaking
like,
English.
Yeah, you're also saying like, I'm gonna shit. You're like freaking out.
It's good! It's really good! But it's not my favorite. What do you think?
Crash Bandicoot game are good. I haven't played much of them. I'm still stuck on the first game in Insane Trilogy. I like the Crash.
I'm gonna put it at A because it's Crash, man.
Alright.
Wow.
Here's the thing about Crash. I'm just gonna say this real quick. I think it's funny because I grew up on the Game Boy Advanced Crash racing game.
Oh
and
boy.
that one's actually good. Like, it's actually a good game. But I never grew up on the platformers. I've only gotten into the platformers recently, and it was because of Onlyplays.
Lego Indiana Jones 2. I solely put this on here for its level creation thing.
Oh yeah, that's true. I never got to play this one. I always wanted to because of the level editor. I think that's a cool idea.
It's good.
I played the first Lego Indiana Jones game on DS as a kid.
It's funny.
Remember. I want to say a funny story that I think is funny about that one.
All right.
Is in the first Lego Indiana Jones game, because I was playing it on the DS. I think like there was dust or something in my cartridge, and so what happened was like all the textures in the game for like a short while basically turned completely brown. Like for some reason the whole game just turned brown. I think in my mind I referred to it as like Poo World or something like that because I was a stupid kid.
Poo World. Alright, Dragon Ball Tenkaichi 3.
Never played it.
That's upsetting. Okay, the best way to explain this is it's that one Dragon Ball game that has like every character in it that everyone talks about. Because of that, it's going in best of the best. And even
okay.
our fellow Latino friend.
Don't dox him online.
I'm just saying the fact he's Latino because it's funny.
Yeah,
this
it's funny.
He always talks about this game, yet I barely
Yeah.
ever hear him talk about Dragon Ball. So that alone says something.
He always wears Dragon Ball shirts though.
Oh, I've never seen him wear one.
Actually, I think he only has one Dragon Ball shirt, but I've seen him wear like quite a bit.
Smash Bros for 3DS.
The 3DS one?
Yeah.
I like this game.
I like it more than
like
the
it.
Wii U version. But the
You
Wii
can
U...
take it on the...
See, here's the thing. The Wii U version has one of the best modding scenes. But
Yeah.
the Wii U's like... the Wii U's game mode sucked ass. They had a bootleg Mario Party and like things like that. This game had like Smash Run and like I got this for Christmas, so I have a lot of good memories of just like sitting there, like
That too, yeah. I got it for
like-
Christmas as well.
yeah, where it's like you know that period where it's like it's just before you go to school, so you're just kind of sitting there around till like New Year's, and all I did was I played this game with friends. It was great.
Oh, you want to know my story about it?
Yeah.
This was my first Smash game.
Oh, really?
Okay, so basically, when I was, because this is before I went to, I'm not gonna dox myself. Before I went to the school that we went to.
Yeah.
It was like a year before. I went to a different school, and at this school there was these guys that I hung out with, and they were huge like Nintendo like Smash Brothers fans, that kind of thing, right? And I remember that this game was new, and so they would actually play it like all the time during lunch. They would have their 3DSs out, and they would always play it together. And I remember always feeling left out by that, and always being like, oh, like, you know. And so I remember asking my dad for Christmas, like, you know, if I could get this game. And so he actually ended up getting it for Christmas for me. And so I was able to play it with these guys. I haven't talked to them, like, ever since, because it's been, like, years now. But I remember that little thing was kind of special for me. And so, like, you know, it holds a special place in my heart. Even though, like, you know, I didn't, like, hang out with them very much, but, like, I still think it was nice being able to do that with them. And even though I was horrible at the game at the time and didn't know what I was doing, it was still nice to have that experience, because I didn't get that very often.
Yeah,
so it
fair
is
enough.
kind of special for me, but at the end of the day, I think that playing it by myself as well, I thought it was very fun.
Yeah, I had more fun playing this by myself than with people. It
Yeah.
was just like I remember even just playing the demo and waiting for like the actual game to come out. Just
Yeah,
playing
that
over and
too.
over
Yeah, I
again.
played the demo as well. Yeah.
'Cause, it has probably my favorite version of Link, because I love how
Mm.
Link plays in that. But
Yeah, he's pretty fun.
I will.
I think
I will
my
put
favorite
this-
character to play. My favorite character to play in Smash 3DS was either Sheik or Ike.
I'm gonna put this right next to Crash 2.
All right.
The reason why it's not as high as I probably would put it is because, not gonna lie, Smash 4, like both versions, feel almost like a prototype for Ultimate.
That's true. I would say that is the one downside I will say, and I remember being legitimately frustrated with it even back then, was that I think some of the balancing was off.
Yeah, and like, all the Smash games are really different from each other, besides 4 and 5. Those games were like very close to how they played. Although like,
Yeah, Ultimate has better balancing though.
yeah, Ultimate was like, oh yeah, people like faster Smash games, so let's just take 4's engine and then like put a shit ton of melee aspects into it. And
Yeah,
that just made
exactly.
like everyone happy. So,
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Fighters.
I think I played this one. I don't know. I don't remember.
It
It looks nice.
I don't like. Okay, it's amazing. It's a cool game. There's so much love and care. I don't like it because I'm not good at it. And I know that's like one of the stupidest things, but it's just like, I'll have a good match with a few friends, and then I have this one friend who, if he watched this, he's probably gonna be laughing to himself right now. But he is a dickhead at this game. This man probably like spends all his times watching like tournaments and like footage like that. So what you do one match with him, and then he'll just like infinite you. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, the thing is, he's not even that good at other fighting games. It's just this game. He's like the master of, and it's like, how?
He spends hours and hours at a time playing it.
Yeah.
I was like, one thing I want to say about this game, because I don't even think I played it, but one thing I do know about it I think is really cool is that the people that made it made Guilty Gear, I think it was.
Yeah.
And they're, because I don't know if you know this, but what they do for their games is, for the graphics, they're not 2D.
Yeah.
So like they're all 3D models, but the way that they do the cell shading and the way that they animate their models is to replicate hand-drawn animation, and they do it perfectly. Literally, how I learned about them doing this in like this game was because literally I saw a mod where it was supposed to turn Broly into Marge. and I realized then and there, like, you know, that all they did was just change the model a bit, and so all the animations would apply. And I realized, like, oh, it's a 3D model.
I just remember that said friend has been on my channel and has said his first and last name. But so I'll just say that it is an epic gamer moment when he plays this game. Piece of shit. All right. Borderlands 1. I actually don't like this game too much, but I don't know why. It's just clunky. It's just very, very clunky. What do you think? Have you played a bit of it?
Never played it.
Shit. All right. It's good. I can't put it at okay because that's an insult.
What's this one?
Blades of Steel for NES. I put this here just because I think it's better than ice hockey. Every NES collector person is like, oh yeah, ice hockey's the game. No, it's Blades of Steel. Everyone's wrong. This game's great. That reminds me of Blades of Glory. But
I gotta put Blades of Steel on my mini NES then. Sounds good.
I love this game. I'm putting it at good.
Alright. Banjo-Kazooie. Never played that one.
Yeah, it's like my second favorite game of all time.
That's fair.
Amazing music. Controls better than Mario 64. To me, it's just Mario 64, but better. Like, that's the best way I can put it.
Okay.
I also love Grant Kirkhope. I think he's an amazing guy. Great composer. Oh, this is interesting. The Arkham games. Arkham City, or is this Arkham Asylum? Yes.
Yeah, Arkham Asylum. I remember playing this one when I was like, I think 14 or 15. I remember the Scarecrow section really creeped me the fuck out when I played it.
I'm pretty sure Arkham Asylum is the first PS3 game I ever seen in my life.
Really?
And one of the first ones I ever played. So, I'm not the biggest fan of Arkham Asylum.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
Like, I think it's good. I'll say that.
Is it bad that I liked Origins?
No, actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it. This is gonna piss people off. I'm putting this at okay.
Oh, really?
And the reason why I'm gonna skip Turtles in Time for now because I'm going to City. I think City is a let's go. City does everything better.
Yeah. Also, you got don't forget this. Don't forget this. You're probably not gonna understand this, but
yep.
The fucking trailer music. The fucking trailer music is a song by Crosses. Fuck
Crosses.
yeah!
I don't know that one.
I'm a big Chino fan. I like Deftones. I love Crosses.
Oh yeah. Also,
and, their first ever song that they officially released was a trailer song for one of the trailers for Arkham City.
Wait, that was one of their first. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so it's a song called The Years. It's a really good song.
Also, Arkham City is the only one out of those games I actually finished. And I played the whole game wearing the Batman Beyond outfit, just because Batman Beyond is just amazing. All right, Turtles in Time is like everything I said about like Manhattan Project, but better.
Okay.
It's like the most wanted NES or Super Nintendo game, and it was the one I had the most fun with. I think. There's another game I had more fun with, but I don't even think it's on this list, and it is a mod, so I can't really. But I will say that if I could put it on here, I'd put it at the very top, and that is the Game Grumps mod for Kirby's Dream Course. And what they did is they modded that game and added like 200 courses or something stupid.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. It was mostly done because like the Game Grumps like Dan and Aaron. They played Kirby's Golf like 4 times, and that game only has like 8 courses. But it's because it was the game they played to like calm down after they were like stressed out. So then like their fans made like a massive mod pack for them.
Oh, that's really cool. Like that actually sounds really awesome.
Yeah,
I would actually.
I actually it's on my my SNES Classic. So we should try.
Yeah,
playing
let's have to try that
sometime.
sometime. That's cool.
Lego Batman.
This one was I like that one. I think
I like the DS version better than the console version.
never played the DS one. I only played the one on the Wii. I think what I liked about it though is I think that because the thing about the Lego games is that they're almost always the same game. But I think that what makes this one stand out a bit is the system where you not only get all these different characters that you could switch between and like change into, but you also get the suit system.
Yeah, I actually like that. That's a good point. I'm gonna put this at a. I think Lego Batman's great.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Which one's this one?
Okay. Here's the thing. Here's one thing I've been struggling with that I've been thinking about, like, doing YouTube videos. I have a really hard time talking about Kingdom Hearts in any, like, review perspective because of how biased I am. So, here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. As much as I love the series, and as much as I think some of the games are almost flawless, I don't like Birth by Sleep. I think it is a bore. Now, when I first played it, I thought it was amazing. And then I got to Terra, and I'm like, wow, this guy's slow and awful. And his voice acting's worse. And I'm like, wow, Aqua's voice acting is also bad. And then, like, spoilers for a really old game, but everyone dies, and it's like, okay. Cool. Great. But, I do like that ending. It's just like, this game felt weird to me. Maybe it's because it was the last one in the series I finished before 3 came out. So, I don't know, but I had a time where I sat down and I played all the games back to back, and Birth by Sleep was probably the one I enjoyed the least. But here's the thing. I'm very biased. And I still, like, for me, a Kingdom Hearts game is good even when it's bad.
That's fair.
But, you know, this game did have a lot of cool things, and on the PSP it was solid. On the PS4, solid.
I played it on the PS4. I didn't play much of it though. The only Kingdom Hearts games I've ever completed was 1 and 2.
Also,
the
Birth by
PS4
Sleep
versions.
was made by the one company that make the problematic command system where it's like, instead of having a, like, you know how you have your MP bar in 1 and 2? Yeah, this game has a command system where it's like you have different commands you can do where you press triangle to activate them. So, like, how this game works is just spam them to win. And, like, combat sucks, and overall, just, like, those games in the series, like, they're not that good, in my opinion. But even then, like,
too bad.
the last game that used it, which was Dream Drop Distance, I really like that game. So, I don't know. I just feel like this game wasn't fully finished. But
Put an okay, I guess, then?
I'm having trouble here. But I'm gonna have to put it at okay.
Okay.
Because if not, even that hurts me. But I can't be biased for these games. But I'm going to be soon. Okay, this game is good. I put the Game Boy version. This is the one game on this, like, thing where I count the version separate, but I don't think I put the PS2 version on here at all. The reason why, it's because they're so different. Like, the Game Boy version has pixel art, and it is amazing, and it's way better to play. The PS2 version is clunky. There's a lot of issues with it, and Sora's voice actor, like, his balls already dropped, and he was voicing, like, young Sora, and it just didn't work. But
Understandable.
I'm putting this at good.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this at the top of good, but
Okay.
Crash Bandicoot 1.
Crash Bandicoot 1.
This game makes me want to shove a metal spike through my ass. I actually really liked it on the Insane Trilogy. OG version. Oh, I have a story about getting the OG version. So I went to a thrift store, right? And Crash 1 was there in the case. I open the case up, the disc is in there. I touch the disc, and it had some random shit on it. And I'm like, oh, that's gross. And then I smelt my hand, and I'm like, oh, this is actual shit. And yeah, there was shit on the game. I was so close to losing it, but I was in a thrift store, so I just wiped it on one of the tables and walked away. But
that's unbelievable. Is it?
Yeah, no, I went to the table and then I opened the game up and I'm like, yeah, I don't even think this works. And they're like, oh, you could just take that. I'm like, thanks.
No fucking way.
But it worked, but it was covered in feces.
It was previously owned by ABGN.
Yeah, clearly, but
This game is ass.
Again, like, I'm trying to balance, like, you know, like, my thoughts and other people's thoughts and things like that. But, like, this game did a lot for the gaming industry, so I'm gonna put it at good. Even if I do think Crash is an okay game, but I'm putting it at good just because of what it's done.
Okay.
Alright, my bias is kicking in again. Third favorite game of all time. That and Banjo are like... see, here's the thing. I know Crash Bandicoot way better, like Warped, and I can play that a lot. I can replay it. Banjo-Kazooie's a game where I take my time with, and I enjoy, but like Crash is like that game I speedrun. But like beat a level in 20 seconds, that kind of thing. But at the same time, I will try and get like every crate at the same time. So like...
Yeah.
And it's also one of the few games I platinumed on PS4, so...
That's pretty cool.
It's good. I love it. Alright. Crash Bandicoot, the unfinished project. Oh god.
Yeah. I remember the Oni Plays playthrough of this one.
This game...
I just remember the boss that after you kill it, if you touch his hand, you just die instantly and have to start the boss fight over again.
There he goes. That's where.
Why can he do that?
Because he's.
What?
What? Oh my god!
What?
So this game could have possibly been one of the best games of all time.
Yeah. It could have been.
But it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. It's alright.
It's alright.
I like that Dog Water so far only has one game.
Yeah, and it's about to have 2. I fucking hate this game.
That was perfect timing, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I actually really despise this game. So I bought it full price, and I'm like, I'm gonna give this game a chance, because to give a little backstory here, I don't want to say too much, because I know those people might actually watch my videos, but, and they will know when I'm talking about them. But I will say, they had a Fire Emblem phase. I thought the games were kind of poopy. I played all of them, and I still thought these games were kind of poopy, but then I saw gameplay of this, and I'm like, you know what? I'm actually hyped for this. I got it, and like, 50% of that game was just taking care of a town, and like, not the actual gameplay. And I'm like, what the fuck, like, this is not why I bought the game. I bought it for the, like, actual RPG stuff, not to, like, look after a town and talk to NPCs I don't care about. And this was my most disappointing game on Switch.
That sucks. I played Fates, and they do have a town system, but I think at that one it didn't really get much in the way of the gameplay. Like, I think that, because all it was really there for was for the multiplayer element, so that other players can basically raid your village. And you didn't really talk to NPCs very much. It was just like, it's just like, oh, you build this one place, or it's like, oh, you go into this one building, collect some materials, and then just go back into the fight.
Yeah. Also, I just kind of realized this video might be like 2 hours long. But I honestly don't think I should like cut it down that much. I think it's just we're talking, we're having fun.
Yeah. Don't worry. I without spoiling what I'm gonna upload on my other channel, but don't make the same mistake that I did.
Oh, luckily I'm verified.
Yeah. I had to verify my channel, but like before I did that, I tried uploading a 2.5 hour long video, and then YouTube just completely just decided, hey, you have to verify your account before uploading this. I did it anyways, and they're like, oh yeah, you can't upload this still, lol. And so I wasted almost 2 hours basically waiting around for nothing.
Kingdom Hearts 2. God fucking damn it. Alright.
It's good. It's really good.
This is my favorite game of all time, and I try to be critical about stuff. But this is the one game where I'm like, this game's perfect, and people who tell me anything else are wrong. Like,
I actually have to agree with you. I would say I would say that the only thing, and this is personal, is I think that the opening to the game is fine. Whenever I try to replay the game, it's a bore to get through. That's my only issue.
That's the one thing where I kind of get it. But, like, the thing is, again, I know the game like the back of my hand, so I'm like, alright, Roxas Town. Time to, like, beat this in, like, 30 minutes and get out.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's whatever. That, and I actually like Roxas' story, and he is my favorite character in the series, so...
Yeah, I think his story's interesting. It's just, personally, I can't speedrun it, though.
I don't mind playing as Roxas. My only problem is, like... his shoes are full of bricks or something. Like, he has no airtime. And it is jarring for the little combat you do. Although, I do kind of like it, because it does kind of show that, like, Roxas, like, even though he's not, like, the normal kid kind of character, the way they set him up, and if you know nothing about the game, it makes him more believable of him just being a random kind of dude. Where, like, you know, with Sora with Kingdom Hearts 1, even at the start of the game, you can, like, jump around really high and do crazy shit. But, like, Roxas is just some normal teen who, like, tries to jump and then just jumps like a normal person.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, Danganronpa V3. Same thing I said earlier, like, you play for tone, characters, writing. Even, this is gonna be weird, I do like my tone, but I do think writing is good, so... yeah... It feels weird to have Danganronpa like a tier below, like the first game, but like, I just don't enjoy the first game as much as the other two, and it's not really, there's nothing like, there's no real reason besides, actually no, there is a few reasons. I don't really like some of the characters in the first game. I mean, I probably like the least amount of characters in the first game.
What's your least favorite character in the first game?
Who can I think here? Oh, Hufumi, most likely. Or Sayaka. Like, the girl who's, like, friends with, like, main character. Like, the pop idol, if you remember that.
Oh, yeah, her.
Yeah, I just found her annoying, but...
that's fair.
Anyway, Kirby's Adventure. It's Kirby.
Is that the first one?
Yeah,
Yeah, oh, that was fun.
I'm putting that next to Punch-Out. Wherever I put Punch-Out. Did I really
put it in? Let's go.
Yeah. Because I think just like Punch-Out, it's one of the best games for the NES, and yeah. Suppose that.
Oh shit! You know what's a game that I should have put on here?
What?
I should have put on here. I never completed it, but it's a game that I still think is pretty good. Is Vice Project Doom. It's an NES game, and it has like really sick ass graphics. The American box art kind of sucks in my opinion, but like the actual like in-game graphics look very fucking pretty for NES, and the gameplay is basically like, it's sort of like Castlevania, that type of gameplay, but it's very fun.
Dead Rising 2. Katie needs her Zombrix, and yeah. Oh gosh. So, unpopular opinion, but Chuck Green is my favorite out of the 3 protags. It does have my favorite place to explore.
That's fair.
I prefer Off the Record. That's all the way over here. Dead Rising 2. I don't like playing games with a timer. Makes me feel anxious.
That's fair.
But it's still good. Just to get this out of the way, I'm gonna also put Off the Record, but I'm gonna put that all the way at A.
Oh really? Okay.
It has sandbox mode, so no timer, and I can do what I want. My only problem is I can't play it as Chuck Green. Although I do like how they make Chuck Green a boss in that game, and he's like,
oh, do they?
yeah. So what they do for Off the Record is it's a what-if story, and it said it's Frank West going to the mall, and part of the reason why it's because Chuck never went there because, okay, like, you know, Chuck's whole thing is he's saving his daughter.
Yeah.
In this what if story, Chuck's daughter died, so he just like he holds like a doll that looks like her, and he's just like crazy. He's one of the psychopaths, and he's just like, oh, I need to get Zombers for my daughter. She's looking ill, and then it just cuts to like a creepy doll head.
Oh, that's interesting.
But yeah. Also, he has like a kick-ass theme called Firewater, which, you know, is just alcohol, and he's just a drunk basically. But it's weird. It's like seeing a hero go to like something like that. Like he has, like, it's cool because you see him and like you can tell just by looking at him. You're like, all right, something is right here because he looks greasier, and he just looks like off. But
it's such a cool idea for like just like I've never really seen that in too many games. That's really cool.
Yeah,
I really want to play those ones now. I want to beat the first one first though.
bias happening here. New Super Mario Bros. Yeah, I really like New Super Mario Bros. DS.
I know a lot of people grew up on the one. I never played it. I had a DS for the longest time. I played a lot of DS games in my childhood, but I never played Mario.
You can't even disagree on me on here. Oh well. I know a bunch of people who would be like no, but I'm like, oh well. Donkey Kong Country.
That one's not bad. I played a bit of it. I think it's fun.
It's good.
It's alright.
It's good. It's
like, I didn't play enough of it, but I think that gameplay-wise, it can be pretty fun.
Jesus Christ. Alright, Super Mario... like, do I even have to, like...
No, you
it's
don't have
so
to...
good. Like, people who shit on this game and are like, oh, the controls, fuck off. Just play it.
I'm just gonna tell this story here for the video, just because, like, you know, I've told this story to you before, to basically, like, any friend of mine, but I'll just say it here just for the video. But
Alright.
Essentially... So, my first experience with Mario 64 is pretty weird. So, I used to live, I'm not even going to mention that part, but irrelevant to the story. So, basically, I lived in this one house, and what happened was, because I was really, really, like, young, I just completely fell ill. I don't remember this part of it, because, you know, I fell ill, I passed out. My parents didn't know what was going on, and they freaked out. They called like the hospital, and you know, turns out that in our house at the time we had black mold, and the thing about black mold is that stuff can kill you. Like, that's really legitimately dangerous stuff. But because like I was there, and some people are like get like reactions to it. Luckily, I reacted to it and passed out, and that's how my parents knew about it. Otherwise, we would have probably been fucking dead. So,
Jesus.
Basically, I was in this hospital bed, and all I really had was a TV and an N64, with Mario 64 as one of the games I played. That was my first experience playing that game.
All right. I guess we should... I don't know what else to say, because I'm like, Mario 64, like, it's just a game that I struggle about talking about. Like, it's been talked about so many times.
Yeah. What do you think of my story, though? Because, like, that...
Well, I've heard it before, and I still think it's, like, it's one of those things where, like, it's an interesting story. It's just, like... it changes the mood of things, you know? Sonic Adventure, yeah!
Yeah, Sonic Adventure. Don't listen to any YouTubers online talk about this game. Just play the original on Dreamcast or the Xbox port. Don't play do not play Director's Cut. And if you do play Director's Cut on Steam, because that's the only one available on Steam, mod it so that it's I think there's a mod that makes it so it plays like the original. Basically, so I'll tell this story real quick just because for people that don't know.
Yeah.
So Sonic Adventure, when it first came out in 1998, because that was when the Dreamcast came out in Japan. Dreamcast came out a year later in America. In 1998, Sonic Adventure dropped. It did very horribly because what happened was there were so many bugs in the game was very broken. And so what happened was when they brought it over to America, by that time, they had patched the game so that they fixed up a bunch of stuff so that the game was in a more playable state. and then in Japan they released it there as the international version, and that's supposed to be like the true version of the game, the one that's proper. But for whatever reason, that's only for the Dreamcast one. If you ever play it on GameCube, if you ever play it on most consoles besides the Dreamcast, it's always the buggy, broken version from 1998, and it's under the title Director's Cut.
The thing that bugs me is on Xbox 360, you can buy Sonic Adventure for like $5, and then the game on purpose tells you, "Oh yeah, buy the upgraded Director's Cut version for $2." And it tells you this whenever you open the game. So of course, when I was like 10 years old, I'm like, I'm gonna buy it because like I have to. And then I was just playing a worse version of the game I already owned.
Oh my god, $2 to break your game.
Yeah, but.
Fuck. That's awful.
Oh, Sonic 2. Interesting. Okay, so I think we already. Well, I mean, people don't really know this. I think we both prefer 3D Sonic games.
I do too, yeah.
But
I
like,
definitely prefer them.
Sonic 2, I think goes right next to Adventure because Sonic 2 is Sonic 2. It's so good. But
Yeah, all I'll say is, because I think I said before during our 30th anniversary madness, I think that I've always thought that Sonic works better in 3D. I think conceptually, I think it works better.
yeah,
And I want to see more 3D games that actually try better than some of the ones that we got, like Forces.
Mario Party 3. Okay, so here's the thing about Mario Party 3. Part of me thinks I prefer it over 2 when it comes to like mini games. Board-wise, I don't, and I also only own the Japanese copy, so I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. But it is Mario Party, and I'm gonna have to put that up best of the best. Like Mario Party. I don't know what else to say. Dragon Ball Budokai 2. No. So like,
Not a good game.
no, it's a good game. I just like, I don't know. Something about it, I just like, okay, the biggest memory I have is the fact that this game lets you play with DDR pads. So I played this at school on the TV with a few friends with the DDR pads, and it was fun. But that's the most fun I had with it.
That sounds awesome.
Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 2. So I'm putting this next to 3. Its character selection's worse. Its balancing is worse. But it has a really good story mode. And Tenkaichi 3 didn't have a story mode. So, yeah. Oh, okay, so now we got to the part I've been waiting for. Lingo's saying, I don't really have too many memories with Ratchet & Clank, but Ratchet Deadlock is a game I really like. Like, I don't know why, I just really like it. Have you ever played this one?
No. Is that the T-rated one?
I believe so, yes.
What's different about that one compared to the other ones? Why is it rated T?
It's during, I don't know, they just like, it was before the PS3 era, but they kind of like, I guess aged the characters up a bit, like slightly, but like they also aged them down, so I'm not really too sure. It's just like the whole time he's in like mech armor and he does like tournament stuff and you're like killing a bunch of people.
Oh, I see. So I guess it's just a little bit more violent then.
Yeah. There's no name here, but I'm pretty sure this is
Fallout 3.
3? Yeah.
Yeah, Fallout 3.
I don't
All
like
I'll say
Fallout
about
3.
that one, all I'll say is I like Fallout 4.
I'm gonna put Fallout 3 at okay.
Before I have like that one guy in the comments try to kill me in real life, I think the reason why I like Fallout 4 the most is because personally I think that even though the story I understand, I completely 100% understand that the story for Fallout 4 is terrible compared to the other Fallout games, but gameplay-wise, I love the gameplay. Gunplay and the RPG elements are, like, I should say the customization and the gun system and all that stuff is, like, my favorite out of the Fallout games.
Pokemon Crystal. This is Gen 3. I don't like Gen 3. But...
Isn't Crystal a part of, because, like...
So, like, for Gen... Wait, is Crystal Gen 2?
I think it's Gen 2. because crystal goes along with gold and silver, doesn't it?
I don't know. See, like, that's the thing, because, like, the reason I say crystal is because, like, ruby, sapphire, and then crystal makes sense to me.
Oh, you got it mixed up with emerald then.
Where are we? Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Best game.
I like the part when you hop on the Hydra's back. It's all right.
I think that San Andreas is pretty good. I think that
It needs a remaster.
what the remaster?
It needs a remaster.
Oh, okay. For a second, I was thinking of like the PS3 and Xbox 360 ports that were like infamously awful. But San Andreas, like, everyone talks about it, and I think it's for good reason. You know, certainly some parts of it don't really hold up so well, you know, yada yada. But I think that at the end of the day, it's fun.
It's good. I'm just putting it
It's
at good,
good.
really. Actually, I'd
Yeah.
put it at A, and the reason why is because I'm putting GTA 5 at good.
Yeah,
GTA
I would
5
say-
is good and bad at the same time.
Exactly. I would say that there's good things about it, but there's so many things that I would actually almost call a bad game in some places.
Yeah. Super Mario Galaxy! I love this game. It's the only one I've gotten every star in. Do you like Galaxy?
I love Galaxy. I remember when I had the game, like, you know, I was still going to like middle school, and so I remember I remember almost every morning for like a few weeks or so, I would just every single morning just play Mario Galaxy. I remember the day that I beat the game, I was like an hour late for school.
Look, both the Marios are looking at each other.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
They're best friends.
Best
Alright.
friends.
Pokemon Platinum.
Oh, this game gives me nostalgia.
It's so good. I have to put it at best of the best. I'm not even that
never
much
got-
of a Pokemon fan, but it's so good.
Yeah, I won't go into the story, but I never got to beat that one. But I got a
Oh.
copy of it recently, like as in like yesterday.
Oh,
And so, yeah, because I ordered off of eBay and it like arrived in the mail yesterday. And so I'm actually gonna play it once I found my 3DS.
yeah. Also, like, Gen 4 was relevant during my time. Like, I remember going
Yeah.
to EB Games when I was, like, 8 years old, and then there was, like, Pokemon Platinum for, like, $20. And that's how I got it.
Yeah. Also the TCG, and because like at the time I didn't play the TCG, but I loved collecting cards. I loved collecting Yu-Gi-Oh. I loved collecting Pokemon, and to this
Oh.
day I still do.
Actually,
And
hold
so
on. Forgot to mention this. Okay, this is weird. I actually didn't play Platinum, but I played Diamond.
Okay.
So I will say that, but I know Platinum is just Diamond but better. So,
Yeah.
Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Okay, again, best of the best. Like, it is the best Call of Duty game. I feel like
Multiplayer is very good. It is probably my favorite multiplayer.
yeah, Zombies is not as good, but I actually do like Zombies. Like, it has my favorite Zombies personally, but I do know people don't like it that much.
Hmm.
Oh, this game. This is interesting. Kirby and the Crystal Shards. This game, and also the game below it, they're in this void. Like, there's a few Kirby games that are in this void where they just, like, don't get talked about. Not because they're bad. They're just kind of there. Like, I would go as far as say, like, they're good games. It's just no one talks about them. But that being said, I'm gonna do both of them right now as good games.
Alright.
I will say the cool thing with Kirby's Dream Land 3 is that it's all done like it's like pencil drawn kind of a thing. And it's really cool, and it's a really nice styled game. Like, it's done like crayons and pencils. It's nice. Okay, funny thing about Mario Party 1 here. I hate how Mario's holding a block that has a 3 on it, because then I just think it's
Yeah.
Mario Party 3.
Which one is it?
It's Mario Party 1.
What the fuck?
He's just holding a block that says 3.
That's very confusing.
I'm assuming it's because they weren't going to make other Mario Party games.
Probably
I
they
could
thought it
be
would be like a
wrong.
one-off. They probably thought it was gonna be. They probably thought at least that it was gonna be like, oh, we're only gonna make 1 or 2 or something like that.
So here's the issue. Here's the thing. This game has some cool stages. It started a lot of things. But let's go back then, okay? Let's go back to the time when kids were getting holes in their hands. This game wasn't well received, and I still think it's a shit game. And I might regret this, because I do think there's a lot of good in this game, but it's a dog water. It hurts to play. Any game that hurts the player is not good. But anyway, now this is a funny Banjo-Tooie. Bigger, better, and worse. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like it tries to be better. There's a lot more to it. It has like really good music. Everything seems better, but it just doesn't feel better. I think part of that is because the game's just an overall darker tone, and it's more creepy. But there's also like it's really good at the same time. Like I think my bias is going to show right now, but like it's good. Like it's one of the best platformers. It's just it's almost like it was on the road to like DK64, which was the end of the 3D platformer era. Like it's like this was the middle point of that. But I still think it's one of the best. But actually, you know what? I'll be fair here. I'm gonna put it like right here. I feel like it's better placement, but still, I think it's good. Oh boy. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna get shit on for this.
Could've been worse.
So here's the thing. I really like Kingdom Hearts 3. But I don't think it's good. And the reason why is because they butchered Twilight Town. The DLC where you can play as other characters, you can only play them for like 2 minutes. Like, it just bugs me. Everything that could have been cool about this game wasn't. But it was still fun. It pissed me off a lot.
My problem with it is that I wasn't really interested in it, and the Remind DLC was what got me interested in it. But then I realized that the DLC, despite it being a separate thing, something you have to pay for, all that, it only was like a few hours long or something like that.
Yeah, it was like 3 hours or so. It's like, I mean, the DLC was only like $20, but like, I got it. I got it because I'm a massive Kingdom Hearts fan. Also, like, if you pre-ordered it early, you got a like exclusive PlayStation theme. So
yeah, that's cool and all, but I'm just not interested enough to go through the entirety of Kingdom Hearts 3 just for one DLC that I could look up online and just see the cutscenes for.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move this at good. And I know I shouldn't mention a modding scene, but like, the modding scene for this game is making me really like it now. Even though it's a part of Epic Games, the modding scene for this game is really cool right now. And I think this can be cool. I think it could be way better. Even though I shouldn't include mods for a game, but like, I don't know. I'm just gonna do it for that. Because, yeah.
I would just say I think that if it's a small fraction of the point, that it should be able to up it a bit, but it shouldn't make up for the entire thing.
Yeah. Oh boy, here's where the channel's name comes from.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 258 Days Over 2. So, this game's weird, because like, okay, first off, Roxas and Axel, the whole game is like, yes, I love Roxas, I love those characters. Xion was cool too. I mean, it's probably why I like tomboys. But this game's shit. Like, playing it is not fun, but it is. It's weird. Like, this game has a multiplayer mode where you can play as like every character, and it's the only game that does that, so that's really cool. But like, game has a really good story. But I don't know. It seems like Kingdom Hearts has a problem with balancing gameplay and story. It's like one game, the story's amazing, but the gameplay's like complete ass. But then you have Kingdom Hearts 3, which has really good gameplay, but I think the story was blah. But like, this is going to be nostalgia talking, but I'm putting this at A. And it's just nostalgia, basically, that, and there's some redeeming qualities. Also, to be fair, San Andreas here, if it wasn't for nostalgia, then this game is like a fucking spoiled milk. But
I still think it's good though. Like I think that
I
when it comes
don't,
to San
but
Andreas,
I don't think it's bad.
it's actually it's one of the earlier games I played on Steam, and I like because I didn't grow up on it, but I played it then and I thought it was fun.
Fair enough. Kingdom Hearts DDD. I have so many memories. Like, chain of memories. Nostalgia shit. So, I don't know. It's weird. The 3DS is really nostalgic for me. So, I'm a sucker for most 3DS games. Hold on a second. I may have done an oopsie here. I'm looking at the remaining stuff.
Uh-oh.
Oh, why did I do that? Alright, let's just act like Kid Icarus Uprising is on Best of the Best. Apparently, I forgot to add that on here. Oops.
Oh, oops.
Dream Drop Distance is an interesting game, because I really liked it. A bunch of other people really liked it. And then a year went by, and people were like, yeah, this game is like poop. But, story-wise, I liked it, but it is the most fan-service Kingdom Hearts game. So, yeah, and also, this was the first game where the story, like, took place after 2 and focused on the characters after 2. So it was kind of a big deal, at least for me. I don't count Recoded as taking place after 2, because, like, Recoded. Speaking of, I don't think Recoded is on here. But, Recoded is like Recoded's Recoded. It had no story, but it had okay gameplay. But anyway, Dream Drop Distance. I'm putting it on Let's Go. I think it's really good. My second favorite Kingdom Hearts game. I can't put it at Best of the Best because it uses the same gameplay as Birth by Sleep, but just refined. Like, it's the command system stuff. So. If it had Kingdom Hearts 2 gameplay, it would be one of my favorites.
Alright.
Okay, here's the confusing thing here. So this game is technically 3 games. It's the game I just talked about, as well as 0.2, which was like the Kingdom Hearts 3 tech demo, and the movie. I believe I put this on the list as like 0.2. But I might have put in it as Dream Drop Distance as well, because they remastered this on PS4, and it's really good on PS4. Like, here, actually, I'm putting this on Best of the Best, because I don't know if they remastered it ground up, but it feels like a different game, and it has an overall different feel than playing on DS. And, you know, it looks way better, too, so.
That's cool. I should, because I've seen that one in the store, but I've never picked it up.
I recommend
that
it.
one.
Alright. Kirby's Dream Course. This was the golf game I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. I played it before. It's fun. Actually, I like golf, so.
I didn't include the Game Grumps version because mod, but like, I'm gonna put this high up there as if I'm talking about the same thing. So I'm gonna put this on Let's Go. I think this game is so good. And I'm not a Super Nintendo person. It's actually one of my least favorite Nintendo consoles, so that's saying something.
Yeah, it's a nice game.
Okay, Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. This is just a remake of Dreamland, but Game Boy Advanced, and you can play as Meta Knight, and I am a sucker for Meta Knight. So I'm putting this at Let's Go, and I'm putting it above the normal version.
Okay, okay. Here we go. This game is actually, because I haven't played much of it, I've played it here and there. I've seen plenty of gameplay for it, but
Mhm.
all I can best way I can describe this game is that it's my aesthetic.
Yeah.
I love like PS1 era stuff. I don't know why, but like one of my favorite things is obscure Japanese PS1 games. Ones that are
what?
just so surreal and dreamlike.
I-
And like that game is intentionally trying to be dreamlike. I think it does it perfectly.
I don't know where
It's
to put
so
it.
surreal and like
I
it's-
want to
it-
put it at meme game, but I don't know.
it is a meme online, but like honestly, I feel like it deserves its own tier, if I'm gonna be honest.
You know
Because
what?
it's like you know, it's not because the way that it works is that it's not really its own game. Or I should say, it's not really a game. Really, it's like some strange dreamlike sort of experience.
You know what? I don't know. I don't want to make a tier for that. I think I'm just gonna put it at A.
Yeah, put it at A.
Cause like I'm gonna be honest. Like a lot of the games on Good are better than this, but like it's more so because they're like games where this is like an experience. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I will say,
but it's a really cool experience because I think the story behind it, the fact that it's actually based off of someone's dream journal, mixed with the fact that it's a game that encourages you to play it like every day and experience new things, and just the overall like systems is really interesting.
Listen,
and very bizarre.
If someone ever gave me a can of a drink and I took a few sips and turns out it was acid, the first thing I would do was probably go home and open this game up. I'd probably shit my pants, but like
what I would do is go on eBay and spend $500 buying it.
And then you just be tripping the whole way waiting for the game.
Because that's the thing is that that's the only problem, and that's not even the game's fault, is that it's so fucking expensive online.
Alright, let's go to something that's so stupid and it's funny.
Alright.
Mario Kart 64. 12 tracks, but all of them are good. Character roster is good. Best battle mode. Driving's clunky as shit, but I don't know what I'm doing here. I really like this game, and I think it's because there's no bad tracks. I mean, there's not many of them, but it's just like that. There's no bad tracks. The items are balanced mostly. Like, it's fun.
Alright.
It's not as chaotic as the later games, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story is one of my favorite DS games. Have you ever played it?
I never played this game.
Oh.
Actually, I think I played a bit of it a long time ago, but I never really.
Alright, basically
played much
like
of it.
Bowser vores you, and then you can play as
Yeah.
Bowser. It's.
I know that.
I'm
I
gonna
think
put it
conceptually it's
as
kinda
like
cool.
best of the best. It's good.
I think it's a cool idea for a game because you get to play as Bowser, and usually you don't really do that. So.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Okay, so I usually play COD for the zombies, but this is one of the few exceptions where I really like multiplayer.
Yeah, there's good on this
Also, like, you know, its campaign is so infamous, and it's good.
game. Yeah, everyone talks about No Russian, but like, I think that the multiplayer is really, to me, the biggest aspect of it.
But I'm gonna put it at Let's Go. I'm gonna put it next Banjo-Tooie. Which
Alright.
put Terraria above it. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. The Binding of Isaac.
Oh, yes.
Holy
Okay, so-
fuck, where do we start?
Okay, so I'll tell you my experience with Binding of Isaac. Here's the thing about me. I know there's gonna be those elites, you know, being like, oh, but like, so when it comes to Steam games, for the longest time, Binding of Isaac was the most hours I spent on a Steam game. I had like 200 hours in it compared to everything else, which had like probably, I think at the time I had like mostly, I think below that it was like 20 hours for a game. I spent so much time playing this game You know, I would sneak onto like the school computers, play it on there. I would do it at home, just as like just whenever I had the opportunity, I would play Binding of Isaac, and I loved it.
I mean,
When it comes to Rebirth, I remember playing that one, and I don't know if I played it as much, but I certainly loved it. But I just want to say, like, just the vanilla game alone was enough for me to spend so many hours on it that I just loved it.
yeah, it's good.
Because like at the time, I was mostly console gamer because I had a shitty computer, and Binding of Isaac was one of the only games I was able to play on it properly, and I was fucking addicted to it. Basically, I loved Binding of Isaac.
Here actually, I'm gonna think here. I'm gonna change this list a bit here.
Okay.
I'm gonna move a few things down, and the reason why is because I have quite a bit in best of the best.
Fair.
When I shouldn't. So I'm gonna move some of these to Let's Go, because the Let's Go is still like top tier games here. It's just best of the best is more so favoritism. But I do think Terraria should go to best of the best.
Yeah.
I wanna move that one up. And yeah,
Certainly.
okay. Just want to reformat that. But yeah, Binding of Isaac is great. I mean, the guy who voiced Mo and the recent Plow King, he has like hours, like thousands of hours on Binding of Isaac, and all he does is play it, so.
It's a good game.
Oh boy, Fallout New Vegas. Again, I'm not a Fallout person. I don't like how the games play, but I can respect it. So I'm gonna put it at like I'm gonna put it at a. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Despite its engine being shit, but
yeah, I was gonna say gameplay-wise, I'm not too big on it, but I think that story-wise and world-wise, I think it's pretty cool.
Parapper goes meme game, of course. Pepsi Man is going on meme game, but it's the best meme game.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I just want to say here on the show, I'm gonna admit it here, right here and now.
Yep.
Okay. You know, I don't like spending much on video games. Okay. I'm very much against spending $80 on one individual video game. As much as I love video games, I like being able to get as many games as I can with like a few bucks.
Oh, same.
Okay?
So do I.
Just to give you know everyone perspective. Okay. I went on eBay and I bought Pepsi Man for $150. I bought it for collector's sake, but also because I actually completely unironically think it's actually probably one of the best games on the PS1. I think it is.
I do think it's a good game. It's just like it is a meme.
It's been meme to shit, but it's a good game.
Yeah, like
it's actually good. And what bothers me is that it's a Japan exclusive game. That's why it's so much money. Is because it was only released in Japan as a licensed game, was not released anywhere else. And I really wish we got it here. It's that good that I think that it could have been like a game that a lot of people would have played otherwise and would have actually really enjoyed, and it could have been like a nostalgic game for people, but because it was just locked in this one region, it wasn't able to get as much notoriety until like a bunch of memes like swept the internet. And it's kind of unfortunate, honestly. I wish that it got the American port it deserved. Which, by the way, anyone out there that wants to play the game, it's even though it's Japan only, the full game is entirely in English. You don't even know a single bit of Japanese to play it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
For the meme games here, just to give you a scale, Sonic 06 is like the middle point, as in like each game's just getting good kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I mean, it's kind of a jump between Sonic and Parapper, but I also don't think I also don't think it is much of a jump considering Parapper's controls. But okay, this is an interesting one. Remember how like everyone loved this game, and then people were saying it was for little kids and it was bad, and now people love it again?
Yeah, well, I remember at the time, like, I loved Minecraft, but a lot of people hated it and made memes and stuff making fun of it.
Yeah.
What I will say about Minecraft, before you put it anywhere, this is just my personal opinion. I think Terraria is better than Minecraft.
I do too, but it's one of those things.
Because
where it's like-
okay, that's fine. And the reason why I say that is because I think that Terraria is better than Minecraft because I feel that the developers put more care into their game, and I think that because with Minecraft, Notch seemed to actually care about the game, but then he sold it off.
Yeah.
And so Microsoft basically, the way that they manage Minecraft now and update it seems like there's less care.
Okay,
when
no,
it co-
I'll say this, like, the updates are a bit weird, but I actually think the updates do change the game for the better for the most part. I mean,
Well, okay.
I'm not a
I
fan of
think
the
that-
pillagers and illagers, but
Oh, because like I was gonna say that I think that some of the updates are good, but my problem is I don't like their way that they update the game.
yeah,
I
you know
think
what?
that,
I'm gonna move this to let's go.
Okay.
Because Minecraft has changed so much that I barely even know what it's like nowadays. So.
Yeah, a part of it is that for me as well is that some of it is so foreign to me, and a part of it is the fact that it's kind of frustrating to me that they make it so that when you they have the system where they do this thing now where it's like, oh, vote for a biome, and whichever one gets the most votes gets an update. And it's like, why not just update all of them?
Yeah, I think it's because like the team just doesn't really know what to do as well. Like, it's like they have
That's
ideas,
fair.
but they don't know which one they want to focus on. At least that's what I thought.
That's fair, but I think that it just feels like that they were more decisive when Notch was around.
All right, Pokemon Stadium games. Did you ever play them?
I played a bit of them.
Okay, so maybe this is my like Gen 1 bias showing in, but I'm putting like the first Gen 1 game at Let's Go. And I'm putting the second one a tier below. And part of that is just because of like the more Pokemon, the like less I know, as well as the mini games are better in Stadium 1. But that's all I can really say about that. Like,
I'm probably most nostalgic for Gen 2 or Gen 3, I should say.
Pokemon Stadium is Pokemon Stadium is the first Pokemon game I ever had and the one I played the most. But like
The first three gens and the fourth okay, basically up until the fourth generations I'm very nostalgic for. Not so much 4, but I still really like it. I think I'm mostly nostalgic for Gen 3. I always liked that one for some reason. Also 2.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3, I'm putting that next to Tenkaichi just because wherever that is, I'll explain when I get there. Alright, so basically Tenkaichi was considered like the best 3D game, and then Budokai was considered the best 2D game. Kind of a thing. I know I have Fighter Z all the way down here, but that's mostly because, like, you need to be good to actually enjoy the game, in my opinion. So if you're not good, then it's just not fun.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, also like
Super Mario
this
Maker.
this has awful story, but Super Mario Maker 2. Here's the thing, I like Mario Maker 1 better just because of like the amiibo functionality. It felt like Mario Maker 2 had less care put into it. There's more stuff and there's a lot more options, but it just feels like there's less to it. It feels empty compared to the first game. Where like Mario Maker on Wii U, I mean Mario Maker is why I wanted a Wii U, and I loved it. I played it every day for hours. I got Mario Maker 2, I played it for an hour and it sat on my shelf and it's been sitting there since. Mario Maker 2 is a really upsetting game to me. Something about it, I don't know. I liked 1 better. It's not bad, but...
Mario Maker, I have to say, is probably like one of the best like games that Nintendo has come up with in such a long time.
I'm gonna put this at A because I know it's good. I feel kind of hurt because I feel like Nintendo didn't care about it as much. But
Classic.
yeah,
Mario.
this is a weird one. I mean, I think it. See, I have Punch-Out and all those games up here, but like, I don't really want to place it as high, you know?
But I would say probably just put an A.
Yeah, that seems right. It's done a lot, but I don't care for it as much. Like, I still play it, but
Yeah.
Arms is okay. Arms is like the Switch's Wii Sports, but bad.
Why did Arms do horribly?
People didn't like the controls, so they just, like, didn't focus on the game that much. I personally love the controls, but it just needed more, like, things.
My theory is that the reason why people don't like Arms is because they're scared of the clown character.
Oh yeah, also the character, there were some thick-ass characters in there. Like, I don't know what Nintendo was on, but...
Oh, I do want to say that real quick though, is that that's an actual fact involving Arms, is that there's that clown character in the game, and apparently it creeped out a lot of people.
Oh, really?
And apparently the person that like designed that character didn't know that, because in Japan, the fear for clowns is basically not common, and so he was like quoted as saying something on the lines of like he now knows a fear that Americans have.
That's funny.
I think that's really funny because like the way that he said it kind of seems like to imply that it's like, oh, I know their true weakness or something like that. Just it sounded really hilarious.
All right, so this is weird because I said I'm not really nostalgic for Super Nintendo and GameCube really because I didn't grow up with it. But Mega Man X was a game I played and somehow felt nostalgic for. Like, this game's so good.
I think it's just like I think idea alone is pretty cool.
Like,
I just realized
it's the best Mega Man game in my opinion.
You know what's a game that you should have put on here? Fuck.
What?
You should have put on here Azure Striker Gunvolt.
Ah, see, like I haven't really played much, so I couldn't say anything about it.
Okay, because I would have been like best game 10 out of 10. But no, I would have put it in like A or something like that because I think it's pretty good.
All right, again, I'm gonna cheat a little and put this game up higher than it deserves because of its mod community. But
okay, but before you do that, where would you actually put it without the mods?
I would put it at A, but I'm putting this at Let's Go.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't want to talk too much about Brawl because this game equally, like, I equally love it and hate it. But it's the first Smash game I properly owned and got competitive with. But not the first one I played. Alright, so this is gonna be funny.
You're not gonna put it anywhere higher?
No. I think this game's good, but it's kind of a meme. Like, you just kind of do whatever you want. You dick around, and half the time people are just like playing Columbine maps with Five Nights at Freddy's characters. So like, it's good. It's amazing, but it's a meme to me. But like,
yeah.
Okay, you know what? The thing with meme games is that like, I know this tier list is like, you know, the top and then like the bottom here, but like, the reason I have the meme game tier is it just kind of like avoids that rule because like some of those games are bad, but they're still amazing because, you know, whatever reasons.
Yeah.
Where this is a game, I don't take Gary's mod seriously at all. I don't think you should. But
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I think it's a really good meme game. Like,
yeah, like Gmod, Pepsi Man, Crappa, like they're all great games. They're all really, really good.
Yeah,
games.
I can't really take them seriously.
Yeah,
but
like you can meme about them and feel okay about doing that.
Super Mario Sunshine.
This is the one that everyone on the planet Earth hated for years, and then people love it now.
I still hate it.
People still hate it?
No, I do.
Oh.
This game's poop. It's big, poopy, and it's stinky.
But what I would say is that I like the concept. I love the art style and the settings.
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. Beach levels are my favorite in video games, but this game just like, I just don't like it that much. I don't know why.
Too bad. I think, because I remember they were playing on Oni Plays. I think one thing that they said on it that I agree with is that I wish that the game, that it focused more on the, what were they, like the bonus stages where you collect the stars?
Yeah, those were fun. Oh yeah, Mario's movements in this game are really weird as well. But, I'm gonna put this at good.
Okay. Cause like, those stages are really good and they could have been their own game, just like
although,
completely just...
I'm gonna move Surf's Up down to mean game, just because it just feels out of
Oh.
place. I think it's better than Parappa, but
Oh, really?
yeah. Super Mario Galaxy 2. Oh boy. Oh boy. I was so
Yeah.
disappointed when I got this game. I was almost
Bruh.
pissed off. I was so
Wow.
excited. Oh my gosh. This game actually made me mad.
That's sad.
It is sad because I was so hyped for it. And I've been wanting to
Yeah.
play it for years, and then I got it, and I'm like, wow. I only paid $20 for it, and I even then regretted it. But I don't
I
want
have
to really go into that. It's just I like every other 3D Mario game better. Simple.
From my understanding, it feels like an expansion to the first one, and
Yeah.
even then, it's not very good.
Melee. Okay, so it's funny because I'm gonna rate this game high, even though I got rid of it, and I don't own it anymore. But
I have a copy of it still.
part of the reason I got rid of it is because I only paid $2 for it at a thrift store, and then I sold it for $80. So I was like, okay, but
Fuck. I
Nah.
bought my copy for $100.
oof. I did that mostly because it was during the time I was trying to make money for a PS4, and I was like, what games do I never play? And I also didn't have a GameCube at the time. But
That's fair. Do you have a Wii though?
yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm the GameCube collecting's not really for me.
Oh, I see. I do like honestly. I think that like having the Wii is nice because modding it is cool. But I honestly like I don't like motion controls.
I'm gonna
There's
put
not
Kirby's
many-
Adventure down a bit.
I'm honestly like this is gonna sound really weird, but I'm actually almost considering selling my Wii and getting a GameCube instead.
Huh? Interesting.
Because
What Wii games do you have? Because I might potentially be interested. But anyway, we can talk about that another time.
Yeah, we can talk about it later. But I was actually gonna mention too. I also want to try to, because like I want to get a GameCube. If I were to do this, I'm still thinking about it. If I might get a GameCube with a Game Boy player as well.
Oh, nice. I have a
'Cause
GameCube, but I have no games for it. So
Because I would love to play on the Game Boy player. I think it's such a cool idea for a little device for a console.
Skyrim. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think either it should be okay or meme game.
Oh boy. I'm gonna piss people off.
Yeah, because
You know, honestly, I would put it at dog water, but I don't want to get shit on.
I think at the same time too, the good aspect of the game is story.
Sorry, I prefer
Story
Oblivion.
and world.
I'd rather play Oblivion than
Yeah,
Skyrim.
but like a story and worlds, they seem to put care into it. It's just gameplay wise, it's just not very good. Like I've tried so many times. I've tried so many times getting into the game, and
Yeah.
I just get bored every single time. I
Okay,
can't help it.
so I've been waiting to talk about this since like the very start. Yeah. Ocarina, but better. That's it. I mean, okay, there's a lot more to it, but I mean, it's an old game, but I also don't want to talk about it because, like, if people haven't played it, they need to. It's so good. The story and just everything is so interesting.
Yeah.
Also, even if the theory's dumb, I still really do appreciate the Link is dead thing. I still always thought that was cool. And I do believe the whole game is 5 stages agreed. I do believe that thing. And I think that's done on purpose. Because the whole game, its theme is like death. So I thought it was sick. But yeah.
Yeah.
Black Ops 3.
I never played this one. I played the 4th one. Again, prepare for another possibly shitty opinion. I thought Black Ops 4 was good.
I think Black Ops 4 is fine. It's not the $140 fine that I paid for. But
I feel
enough
bad
about my
for that.
shitty pre-orders with the big loot crate and shit. This game's good, but like,
Alright.
it's good. I mean, I prefer it over Black Ops 1, but it doesn't have the nostalgia factor for me to want to play it more. And like, all the COD games are bleh, but I don't know. It's good. Speaking of good, Tony Hawk's 2 Underground. I like those games. I like building my own stage. You can play as Shrek in that game.
Oh, really?
Actually, you know what? I'm putting this in meme game. Because I just remembered, it's also a Tony Hawk game. I don't take those games
Yeah.
seriously.
That's the thing is, yeah, they're very goofy games, but very fun.
So here's this first Smash game I ever played, which was the first one, of course.
I never played that one. That's the only
I
one
really
I've ever
like
played.
it. I think this game is a good A.
That's weird to think that that Smash, like the original N64 one, is the only Smash game I've never played. I've played all the other ones.
Kingdom Hearts 1. This is difficult. Kingdom Hearts 1 will go as Let's Go for now. And probably will stay
Yeah.
this way. I'm
I
not
think that-
I'm not the biggest KH1 fan, although I do appreciate it. It's just like something about it, I just have trouble playing that game all the way through. It's probably the actually no, it is the world selection. I don't like the worlds in KH1.
Yeah, the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1 are not very good. One thing I will say though is I saw a 4chan thread a long time ago where like people were talking about like video games, and someone was mentioning their own takes on Kingdom Hearts 1, saying that it was actually their favorite, and saying they didn't like Kingdom Hearts 2 as much.
I know
And
some
they
people
explain-
say that.
Yeah, but the explanation for it I think is fair.
Yeah,
Basically, they
Kingdom Hearts 1 has a lot of depth to it that's hidden.
Yeah, but I think that's part of it is like the mystery. But I think that like his point was he liked the first one because it felt more like an adventure, but then the second one felt like a shonen anime, and he didn't like that as much.
Fair enough.
Which is like it's like that's fair, but I think both of them are good games
Yeah.
on their own for different reasons.
All right, so here's one thing I've noticed. Like, after Wii Sports has exploded, you ever notice how no one talks about Wii Sports Resort? Like, I don't
Resort
know
is
why.
really good.
See, here's the thing. I don't know why, because, I don't know, maybe my family was just a bit quirky, you know? But I actually like this more. It's more fun.
I like it more
like
too.
The golf's better. Like, I was a big
Well, yeah,
Wii
it's-
Sports golf person, and I like the single player, like, sword fight mode. It's great.
Yeah, the sword fighting mode was really fun. I think that because
Although,
they
I'm
didn't have
gonna move
boxing and-
these. I'm gonna move these down to the bottom because, like,
Okay.
to be fair, these are kind of meme games, but not really.
But they're good fun games, and I think
yeah,
that
and
their
I take them
evolution-
more seriously than the meme games here. So
Yeah, that's fair.
okay,
Mario Kart Wii.
here's where we're gonna get into like a little debate here, I guess.
Okay, let's have a debate. Let's have a debate while we go into this
Oh
one,
boy.
because we're like opposites on this opinion here.
All right, so I don't like Mario Kart Wii too much. I think the game is very unbalanced. It has some of my least favorite power-ups, aka Pow Block, the Cloud, or the Thunder Cloud. Course selection-wise, I think it features some of the best and some of the worst courses. Character selection-wise is pretty good. Motorbikes were pretty good. This game does have the best modding community, although my Wii can't even connect to the internet anymore. I don't know why, but
That fucking sucks, dude.
here's the thing with Mario Kart Wii. It does a lot more that I dislike than it does right. Oh yeah, also, this was the game that introduced Battle Mode having a timer. That is bad.
That's fair. That's
Um,
completely fair. What I'll say, okay, so I think personally, because yeah, character selection I think is good. When it comes to the tracks, I think a lot of them are pretty well designed. I think that they're all very nice, unique looking locations, and they're very memorable. The music is really good. I think that because yeah, I mentioned earlier the motorcycles. I think the motorcycles are very good in that game. I think they're very fun. I think that I think that the mix with motion controls and everything, it feels very good to hold and play. Like they handle motion controls perfectly with that game, I think.
Oh, I also forgot to mention this game has the worst rubber banding.
Okay, so that's what I'll say. If anything, I like everything about Mario Kart Wii, but I'll list off the things I don't like. I think that'll make things easier. So yeah, I don't like the rubber banding. I don't like the blue shells. Specifically the blue shells. Everything else in my opinion is fine. I just don't like the blue shells. And then thirdly, this one's gonna probably be the most minor thing, but I don't like the graphics for that game.
Yeah, okay, I don't like the graphics at all for that game. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Something about it is just weird.
It's because everyone looks like they're made of like melted rubber.
Yeah, but then like Double Dash was like probably the best looking game in the series. It's like
Yeah, well, what I would say is that I like the environments in Wii, but I don't. But the character models don't look very good. They do this really ugly type of shading, and they're very low poly models, and you can tell.
okay, here's
Like
the
even
thing.
even as a kid, when I didn't even really know the concept of like 3D models and stuff, I noticed like the seams. It was pretty bad.
Oh shit! I forgot to include Mario Kart DS on here, but if I did, it would be above Wii. I'll say that right now.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I think Mario Kart Wii is one of those games where a lot of people are nostalgic for it, and because of that, they don't play the other games. But
I would say that a part of
No.
it is nostalgia, but I think the other part is that I just think it feels good to play, and because like I remember I didn't play it for years, but then I went back into it and I really got a hang of it, and it felt very good to like get all the trophies and all that. Like it
Here,
felt
like-
really fun to do.
I don't know. It's my least favorite out of all the games. I'll just be honest. It's my least favorite. Well, I mean, besides the Game Boy one and the original. I think the original actually gives me a stroke. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. I don't know where to place this, because I do think 8 is a way better game.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at everything here. Also, I'm gonna move this down. Yoink.
I would say
I
either
think I'm gonna put it
in-
at A.
Okay.
Even though
That's pretty
I don't agree with that. I know a lot of other people have different opinions. So
Yeah.
I just personally don't like it. But
Yeah.
anyway,
But you think my points are fair, right?
yeah. But here's the thing. Again, I'm gonna be fucking biased piece of shit here. Where are you, little man? All right. The world ends with you. The controls may be shit, but the story, I really felt like these characters. They were so good. The controls, people complain about, but I thought they were good. Controlling 2 characters at once was fun. But I'm just talking about the DS version. I do not care for the iPad or the Switch version. I don't like how they changed the whole gameplay. Also, this game has one of the best soundtracks ever.
It's funny because something that I actually heard is actually the reason why I even know about this game to begin with is because I forget who it was. Someone just online said once like, "Oh yeah, this is the best game on the DS."
It is. I really think it is. Oh yeah, also, fuck you, Persona fans. I'm just saying that because, like, I've seen people complain about this game. They're like, it takes place in Shibuya. That's a ripoff of Persona. Fuck you. Oh yeah, same goes with, like, the soundtrack. The soundtrack's really good, but if you look at the comments of all the, like, YouTube videos, they're like, hey, this kind of reminds me of Persona. It's like,
Oh my fucking god!
It's like,
That's
yeah.
so stupid.
sorry, but no, just stop. But whatever. Speaking of Persona 5,
Oh god! I haven't played this one yet. Actually, I got a PS3 copy of it like recently.
Okay, you ready for this?
A European PS3 copy.
You've
All right,
never
let's see.
seen it coming.
Oh shit! Really?
No.
Okay.
It's good. I like Persona 5.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's actually, you know what? Let's go. I think Persona
Oh,
5's
really?
really good. I avoid talking about this game for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
First off, I'm
Fan
not an
base.
RPG person. Second off, this fan base, like, oh my god, nah. But
The fan base. The fan base. Just stay away from it.
the guy who voices Blonde Twink here,
Yeah.
oops, forgot his name. He voices Troy Calypso in Borderlands, and I just think that's sick. But
Oh.
okay, here's something you'll never see coming. Here's the third game. I actually like this better, and I know most people will disagree with me, but this one's my favorite. Again, I feel like a massive, like, loser doing this, but, like, I also like 4 better than 5. Oops! I think the Persona games are really good. I just, like, I avoid talking about them because Persona. Fan base is shit. I don't really want to go into like detail about these games because same reason why I like Danganronpa. It's the characters. It's all the characters.
Yeah.
Well, almost all the characters. But that's all I'll say for that.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It's getting interesting now.
All right. Pokemon Shield.
I really liked this game, but a lot of people didn't. But top of A. This is one of my favorite Switch games, but I have not played the DLC yet. I hear the DLC is way better than the base game, but I have no interest to revisit it. So,
Well, the reason why the DLC is interesting is because
I heard it's done by a different studio.
Oh, is that the reason? 'Cause
I heard that was
it
part of it.
Yeah, well, I heard that the biggest part of it is the fact that most of the Pokemon that they didn't have in the base game are in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not all of them, but a lot of them.
Danganronpa Ultra the Spare Girls. This is
Is
one
that
of
the
the
shooter.
this is one of the only games where I actually had to stop playing because I was kind of uncomfortable. And that was with the I told you already about the little girl who
Yeah.
there's some okay, just to explain this the really simple way. The whole game is about kids like trying to overthrow adults, but you find out the reason why is because all of them have traumas, rather that be like abuse, some being sexual abuse, things like that. So I had a lot of trouble playing this game, although because of that, this is actually one of my favorite games of all time. I actually like this more than Danganronpa 1. Yeah, I really like it. Actually, you know, it is also kind of clunky, so I'm just gonna put it right here. But
Okay.
it's really good. It's just, it's
Alright.
hard to talk about.
That's fair.
Speaking
Also
of
because spoilers I mentioned too.
fucking hard to talk about, Crash Team Racing. This game was fine, and then microtransactions. Also, I really like this game, but like, it's hard as balls to get good. I mean, to be fair, I got to the level where I was drifting almost the whole course, and even then I wasn't fast enough to beat things on hard AI. But, I think this is gonna be weird to say. You played a bit of this too, right?
Yeah, I played a bit of that. I thought it was actually really fun.
This is gonna be really weird, but you know what? I'm putting it right next to Mario Kart 8, but better.
Wow.
I think it's better than Mario Kart 8. I really do. So
I actually do agree with that. I think it plays better. Like, it feels better to drive in that one.
Yeah, and like, of course, you can... See, here's the thing. I think the reason why is because it's more of a speed game. Like, with Mario Kart 8, like, yeah, Mario Kart 8 is really fast, but, like, your new record will be, like, 5 seconds off from the normal. Where with Crash Team Racing, you can take a 3-minute course and make it a minute if you're good enough. Like, it's really cool like that. But
it seems like a good speedrun game.
it is. Okay, for some reason, Halo ODST just didn't load, but we're just gonna count 3, and ODST is the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I only put one Halo game on this, and the reason why, kind of to represent the whole series. I feel like 3 does that. So.
Because I'll say here, my experience with Halo is I never grew up on it. I know people that grew up on it, and I played it with them. I've been playing the MCC, which is, you know, as everyone should know, is the Master Chief Collection. Comes with Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4, and ODST, and Reach. So it's a bunch of games in one, and I've been enjoying it. I think it's very fun.
I'm putting it at Let's Go, and the reason why is I only played Halo for the multiplayer, and I know that will piss off some people, because I know quite a few people. Especially someone we both know who prefers campaign. And
yeah, for me, it's like I'm mostly I lean mostly towards multiplayer, but
Same.
I think that the campaign is really good.
I
So
really
I'm,
like ODST's campaign.
balanced.
But
Yeah, I'm basically in between when it comes to Halo. Like, I like both.
Mario Odyssey, this game's really good, but like, I don't know. It's really good, but something wasn't right. Something was missing. Just something. Maybe I wish stars were a bit more complex. Things like
You should
that.
have Luigi.
But I really like this game. This was the first Switch game I owned, and I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna put it at, let's go around, I'm gonna put it like right here. I think it's really good. Dead Space.
Dead Space is great.
I can't really talk about Dead Space, but I think it's an A.
Yeah, definitely.
Dead Space.
Here's to hoping that the next EA presentation has to do with Dead Space and that it's good.
Let's cover this last. Mario Golf. This game just came out. I think it's worth $80, but I only played it like twice. Like, it's fun, but I can only play it with people, and because of that, I'm in the middle of A and good.
But I like the top of good or the bottom of A.
I'm gonna put it at A above Mario Maker.
Oh, okay.
That's quite a big jump there considering what Mario Maker is, but to be fair, both of these games kind of feel soulless compared to their predecessors, so it's just I feel like Mario Golf feels less soulless than Mario Maker 2 does.
Yeah. And they're also making more and more updates as well, so that also helps.
Alright, so I don't really like Resident Evil too much, but it is Resident Evil 4, so like
yeah, Resident Evil 4 is good.
I feel like that's an easy let's go.
Yeah.
The only thing holding it back from best of is the reason why I won't play much of it, and that's just I can't do the controls.
Oh, I would say that I don't know if it's only just my case, but usually I don't really like because I never grew up on Resident Evil. But when I got into Resident Evil 4, I was able to get a hang of the controls pretty easily. It's just I don't know if it's just because like I have the patience for it, but I just got a hold of the controls and I thought it was very fun.
Like I one of my favorite games, The World Ends With You, and that game is known for having bad controls, but I love it. Where like I just can't do Resident Evil.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, it's like hard for me to talk about Resident Evil because I know people that are like, oh, I hate the controls to Resident Evil. And it's like, it's hard for me to explain for me to be able to say like, I like the controls without it sounding like, oh, you should get good, right? It's just one of those things where it's hard to talk about.
Alright, Sonic Adventure,
like the controls.
Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay,
here's my thing here. I want to put it right next to Adventure 1.
Yes, let's put it right next to it because I think that they're different.
I know you prefer 2, but I actually prefer 1. So I'm just putting them next to each other.
What I'll say is I am mixed. I think that with Adventure 2, I think that the different characters are like the fact that their playstyles are more unique is very good. I think that it really changes up gameplay, makes it feel nice. But some of those stages, some of those things you have to do are just not fun.
I do not like Adventure 2 stages at all, really.
Like,
I mean, of course I like City Escape and Pumpkin, but like...
Yeah. Like, the Sonic stages were fucking fun, but when you had to do those like, Emerald Shard hunts, or when you have to play as, like, Tails or whatever, it's like, those moments, I feel, are probably the only thing kind of weighing the game down. I think that with Adventure 1, this is, again, another take that's going to sound really bad, but I really, really like the Amy stages. I don't understand why people don't like the Amy stages in Sonic Adventure 1.
Yeah,
I think that they're completely fine. I think the only people that don't like the Amy stages are bad at the game. That's right, listener. If you don't like the Amy stages, you're just bad at Sonic Adventure.
And you smell. Alright. Mortal Kombat 11.
NK11. What's funny about this one is that this is gonna be This one's gonna be controversial, not for us because I think we're both on the same page.
Yeah.
But rather, there's people that still have the mindset of like the political aspect of the game. But there's people out there that think like, oh, it's just SJW trash. But it's like the game is it's like it's just a couple pieces of dialogue that aren't very great, but it's overall a good game, and I think that it deserves praise for having pretty good gameplay. I think that the DLC characters are my favorite part. I
Yeah.
think that the additions of like RoboCop and like Rambo and like all those characters is really nice, and it's nice to see them like together. I'm a huge fan of crossovers, so you know I might be a bit like biased towards that. But a part of it is I think that like gameplay wise, it's very fluid. I think
It has it has my favorite gameplay of any traditional fighter, which is why I'm putting it at best of.
yeah.
Also, customization. I really like its customization options.
Yeah.
Even if people think it's lacking, I think it's fine.
I don't think it is.
Especially since quite
I
a
don't
few of
think-
the
I don't-
outfits have different like voices attached to them.
Yeah, I don't think it's lacking at all. I don't understand like, why people would say that.
So yeah, this is the list then.
yeah, I
It's pretty
I have to
solid.
say, like, I do agree with a lot of this. I don't think there's anything that I disagree on.
Nothing of it really sticks out to me as wrong personally, but then again, like, most of this list I made for myself out of, like, almost all the games that I liked or played.
Okay, let's go back to Overwatch for a second though. Like, because like I'm just thinking, like, do you still put that in good, or do you want to move that somewhere? Like, is it
See, here's
like-
the thing. I want to do something that's controversial.
okay?
I think Overwatch is just okay.
Oh,
That's my problem. Yeah. I will put Overwatch as bottom good. Just because
okay.
I do feel a little bad for putting it okay, but like Overwatch is just something I it's not like I haven't played it. I've sunk like 10 hours into it. I just like it's just my least favorite out of its genre.
I see. I think it's fun, but I think that it's good to play with other people that you know. And I would say for me, I didn't have a whole lot of fun with it to begin with, and I was getting kind of frustrated with it. Like, I don't really get mad at games, but there were times where like it was actually making me feel mad.
Yeah.
But when I found like characters that I liked, I really enjoyed it. Like, for example, Brigitte. Brigitte is probably my favorite character. She's the one. She's a support healer character, which you know people don't really like playing support, but I usually like to on occasion. I liked playing as Brigitte because she was a melee character that would heal by doing damage to enemies, which was just fun to me. Her shield bash ability was very fun to pull off. That kind of thing. It's nice. It feels good to play. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
You just gotta find the right character.
I'm going to move Assassin's Creed 2 at okay, just because I don't think it aged as well.
Okay.
And just a check here. I will move Splatoon 2 at let's go. I think I'm not doing it enough justice. It has a huge community, and it is a really polished game. I'm just salty
Yeah.
about it. Or more so salty about the game coming after it, but
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, I think this is pretty good here.
Where's Among Us on this list?
Oh, it's like right around here.
Yeah. Gmod Murder would probably be up in like the higher tiers.
I don't think there's anything else I could move to Dog Water. Which is good.
I'm just trying to think of games on the top of my head that I would put in Dog Water. Okay. Billy the Wizard Rocket Broomstick Racing.
Yeah.
It's another one. But what's a game that I really hate? Ooh, here's a game. Transformers: Rise of the Dark Spark.
Oh no.
Okay. Are you prepared for me to go on a 20-minute rant?
No.
No, it won't be like that, but I'm just gonna summarize, okay?
Alright.
So, have you ever played the Transformers Cybertron games?
No. Hate to break it to you.
Okay, so, there's like, how many games is there? I think there's only 2, but you have
Transformers War for Cybertron, and then Transformers Fall of Cybertron. Basically, these two games were they were made with Unreal. They're like basically like third-person shooter games that, you know, some people could probably compare it to something like Gears of War. Kind of has that sort of gritty edge to it, but with Transformers instead. So you have like the different characters. They could turn to different vehicles, that kind of thing. And because it took place on Cybertron, the art style was really cool. They basically made all the Transformers look all like alien-like and gave them like distinct designs that were very much like trying to go for like the Gen 1 like original Transformers, how they looked in the cartoon, but just made it so that they looked more alien. They look really cool, and it was a very fun game to play, like both the first and the second one. But then here's the thing: there's this thing called the Michael Bay movies.
Yeah.
And so when the Michael Bay movies happen, they usually will release a licensed game for them. And so when they were making a game for it, what they decided to do was they were like, let's make a game that'll be based around the newest Michael Bay movie at the time, but we'll call it a game like the finale to the Cybertron trilogy. Like this will end the Cybertron Transformers games. And so instead of naming it after the movie, they called it Rise of the Dark Spark and gave it its own unique title. It is legitimately like one of the worst games I've ever played.
Huh.
It basically it tried doing what the Cybertron games did, which I'll give it credit for. They tried, but it was a buggy, broken mess, and the whole game was underwhelming. In the first two, there was a mode called Escalation, which was like a horde mode, and like it was like, you know, you could basically create your own transformer. You can face off against these hordes, use whatever guns and all this stuff. In Rise of the Darkspark, they had this like stupid like, I think it was like a card system or some shit like that, where it's like, oh, you get like certain cards and you can only play as like a few characters and just that kind of thing. It was very limited. And you could tell that it was made within a short amount of time. And they wanted to use this and try to be like, oh, this is the finale to the Cybertron games. It's just, it's bullshit. It's so fucking stupid.
It doesn't really sound fair.
And the problem, too, is that I got this when it came out. It was $80.
Oh.
It was $80 when I could have just, like, went back and played my used copy of War for Cybertron, which I got for $14. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Alright, I'm gonna end the thing here.
Yeah. So yeah, Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark,
It's poop.
Pure dog walk.